afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody out there. YouTube land, Moz coming to you with another episode of Moz's Toy Box, Toy Photography Talk episode. We have with us tonight Harry. So let's bring Harry on in. What's up, Harry?
What's up? How's it going, everybody in the chat? Everybody, hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good, Moz.
I'm doing okay.
Awesome.
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 I got my boys.
Oh yes, we gotta talk about this.
Oh man, well, I did a live stream last night when I got them.
Okay.
I didn't unbox them live. I already unboxed them and I had already established what was going on with them and everything. But I did go over them a bit, and I did some photography with them. I've done 2 shots with I'll say them. I'm not not necessarily both of them, but them.
Did you post them? Those shots?
I posted the one of them today. Yeah.
Okay, let me check.
I posted the pair of them yet. Yeah,
cool.
10 o'clock this morning. Let's give a shout out to everybody here in the chat. Noble Young, first one.
Everybody in the chat. Noble Young, how's it going?
He always likes his elbow cough.
I know what you did last summer.
And then this dude here, Moz Toy Box, he's here.
Hey,
Crimson Viper, how you doing?
Crimson Viper, whoop whoop.
Pablo, can't wait to get looking at some of y'all's stuff, man.
Pablo.
What's going on, Pablo? JP Rex, and also, I guess speaking for wait, I saw it. Where'd it go? Shoot, man. Where'd it go? Alpha Raptor, yeah. Also speaking for Alpha Raptor, but it's not showing over in the one I can click on. Oh wait, there it is. Gotta keep scrolling. Also speaking, saying that they said hi and they may or may not be able to make it tonight. That's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
I get it.
It's all good.
I understand it might be late for some of you guys. I try to put this around this time so that it kind of can work for people, but I know somewhere it's got to be late for somebody. There's 24 hours, and I can't be on for all of them.
Yep, not Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, Commander Green, how you doing tonight, man?
Green.
Yeah, listening on the way home. That's awesome. And there's JP Rex talking about Alpha Raptor. Also said hi. He couldn't make it tonight due to work. So
that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. Emerson Ford, how you doing? How you doing today? Emerson Ford, man. We got some great stuff today. Now, I had somebody just tag me and they didn't get to tag me right. So before I forget
again,
don't get them. It was DJ Crinkly Bags. So he basically mentioned me. He mentioned me in a comment with this picture, so it doesn't really technically tag. So what you guys want to do when you tag is like when you're posting the picture, how you can, like on the picture you can hit tag. That's how you need to tag. It ends up in my tagged, and that way, even though their hashtags are garbage, I'll still see it. If you don't tag it that way, it won't show up in the tagged on my profile, and I won't see it. So just keeping that.
Or if you or if you already posted it, you can just go like edit post, and then you can tag them in that. That.
Can you edit back and tag them like that?
Yeah, you can tag them afterwards. Yeah,
that's right. Bennikin, what's going on? And Darth Matter, howdy fellas. Hope everyone has had a good week. I've had an okay week. I've had to talk to Sideshow and then get told that I have to put in a ticket and not just call them.
What? You can't just
see what happens. Chat? Yeah, well, I don't like live chat because you never know, man. Is it really a person? Is it a machine?
I think it is a person for the most part. I think.
Well,
they act like robots, but
we shall see. What's going on, Mark Walker? How you doing today?
How you doing today, sir?
All right. Here's DJ Crinkly Bags. Like I said, I want to get to him before I lose this because as you see here, he's tagged me this way, but if you click on it, he hasn't tagged anybody. So that's what you need to do is like here. It needs to be tagged here.
Yeah, you can just tap anywhere on the picture, and then you can add their name.
Dar says I've had to have conversations with Big Bad Toy Store myself. I've only had one conversation with them. They were pretty good about taking care of me though, so it's good times. Let's get into DJ Crinkly Bags, and then we can kind of go back into our normal format and kind of take it easy. But I don't want to forget him, and so we got DJ Crinkly Bags here. This is looks like a Marvel Legends maybe. Mysterio. I'm not sure though if it's Marvel Legends or not.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with that line.
Let me hit that like button for him. Harry, what are your thoughts? What can DJ Crinkly Bags do here, man? What do you think?
So first off, I'm seeing the green here, and it seems like it's like a filter that he threw on top. Um, I don't know if that's got the best effect because I would have preferred actual, green light that you put on him. I don't know if it is
You may not
because,
have access to green light though, but yes.
yeah. So if you can't, I think this is probably the best way to do it. I would still, prefer real light. So if you can, go buy yourself a light and then light your scene with
Or some gels.
actual, or some
might-
gels. You can put
Yeah.
a gel on a white light and that work as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, other than that, I think I like the pose. I think the composition is okay. I'm not sure what's going on in the background there. That looks like wires coming from something. So maybe if you can edit that out, maybe because it's a little
It is a little
distracting. I think
distracting, but
it's a little
you know,
distracting. Yeah.
yeah. Let me hit the next button here too. Oh, there we go.
This is a much better shot. I like this a lot more than
No,
the
what
other
did you
one.
use? Like cotton here for this? Is this cotton like on
It
like
looks
green
like it
cotton?
might
Looks
be
like
stickers or something from like
could
a
be stickers.
mobile editing app or something like that. Yeah, I think. But yeah, I like
This
this is
was
cool
really good.
too. I like this too. This is really
Yeah,
cool.
this was really good. I like this one.
Yeah, this is
The
a really
last
cool
two
shot.
are our favorites here, DJ Crinkly Bags for sure. And
Like this
yeah, it
one
looks like he's
actually
using.
has like a
Hmm?
yeah, it looks like he's using some sort of stickers. But this one looks like there's actually like a story in here, like
Yeah,
he's using his
he's thirsty.
magic is opening up a bottle of brew, so yeah, so
He's got a clear
yeah.
mind.
Yes.
This is pretty cool,
Kombucha.
man. The only thing that I would go in here and try to work on is try to get more individualized lighting, because right now it looks just kind of like a stage light, or just the room light is lighting up the whole thing, and you're not really telling any kind of story with your lighting. You just got light on the figure and your bottles, and that's the end of it. Play around with lighting some more, get a little bit more in there, and get some, work the lights and the shadows. Don't just light up the whole thing.
Yeah.
Unless of course you want to get into product photography. But even then, if you
Even
look
then.
at some of those guys, they do utilize shadows. They do utilize negative space and shadows. So
And a
you got to
lot
know
of
how to
rim lights.
control where all that light goes, and not just a flat light. But yeah.
Yeah, and for this shot, I feel like I would punch in a little bit more too.
Yeah.
If that was me, I would do that. I would punch in a little bit to get like an OTS kind of shot, like over the shoulder of the bottle, and then maybe tilt the camera a little bit just to get that dramatic effect. But yeah, this is still a really good shot. I like it. It's cool.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on, and now that we've done that, we'll get back to where we're supposed to be. So what we're supposed to be is like here, tagged, boom. In fact, let me hit the refresh, make sure that's all good.
Yeah.
In fact, I just had somebody else tag me, so boom, look at that.
Oh yeah, you got 2 more. Yep.
That's Commander Green right there.
Okay. Commander Green.
So
is that new?
By the sorry.
Did he just pick that up?
Yeah, he just got his Clone Wars Mauler.
So he's really excited about that. Nice.
By the way, guys, there's another app that I'm trying out right now. Some of the photographers are moving to. It's called Vero. So it's been around for a while, but it kind of didn't win the battle with Instagram. But it is more what Instagram used to be. So you can sign up for that and utilize that. Let me see if I can get to it. Actually, if I go here and go to there, aha, there we go. So I don't have a lot here yet, but and so it kind of, like I said, it works a lot like Instagram. There's you can tab over, but actually, how do I tab the carousel? There's the carousel. Okay, I haven't played with it too much yet. I've just been kind of regurgitating my posts over here for right now, and just letting it get going, but. Still relatively young here, 8 followers, following 9 people. So if you're on Vero, hit me up. I got the link in my link tree, so you can add me, hit me up, and I'll try to reciprocate, etc. But I'm trying my hand at this because I really don't like the fact that Instagram is really pushing towards the reels. So
unacceptable.
Yeah, it's not
Unacceptable.
But there we go. There you have it. There you have it. Emerson, I don't know if it's Android friendly or not. I don't think it would not be. I mean, just double check. It's got a website. Worst case scenario. So
I see it. I see it in the Google Play app. It
there
doesn't
you
have
have it.
great reviews though, so I think it's just because they didn't really, you know, utilize this well for Android. Might be better on Apple, but yeah, it's there. You can check it out.
Yeah. But that's where a lot of the I got in wind of it because I watched Peter McKinnon. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him as a photographer. I think he's one of the more interesting guys to keep an eye on. He's definitely got some useful stuff. I don't watch everything he puts up, but I did watch the one where he was talking about Instagram replacements, and he mentioned this one, and I was like, wait, I have an account with them. I've never used it. So, I just started to post over there. As you can see with the Spider-Man post and today's post, they're both there. So right now we'll just kind of regurgitate, and I'm not going to throw away Instagram yet, but I am going to start cultivating the Vero and see what happens with that. So I did see a lot of actual photographers actually engage with my stuff so far. Not just, I don't think I've had anybody that's not a photographer engage with me. So that's pretty cool. So
Yeah, that's cool.
You go and look on their stuff, and there's photography on their stuff. It's not just like
real photography, unlike us.
It's not just family pictures and stuff, which is fine. It's definitely haven't seen any Bitcoin things or anything. So it's cool.
Yet.
But yet. Thank you, Darth. I saw that you got me, and I'll add you after the stream here. Emerson, I saw it from Peter as well, but couldn't find the app. Yeah, the app is there. So check it out. It's there. And as Harry said, he's got it there on the Android.
It should be in the Google Play app.
Yeah,
if you just type in Vero, it should be on top.
This is the most recent tag, man. I might butcher the name, and I apologize. Harry, can you say the name?
Hira Nurai. That's just my guess. It looks like it would sound like Hira Nurai, but I could be wrong.
I would have gotten the Hira, but I wouldn't have gotten the rest of that.
Hira Nurai.
Can I just call you Hira and not be offended?
I think so. Hira would be the best option.
I'd rather just stop there where I know I can say it. I can say that part.
Before it all goes downhill.
Dude, I'm digging this. Harry, let me hit that like button on here.
Yeah, I'm digging this shot. I love the poses. The composition is great. I love the blur in the back. You can see Leo there. Yeah. And I love the depth of field in this. And I love the little particles that you added. Yeah, I'm sucker for that.
You got to add it, man. Like especially if you get any kind of smoke, dust in the room, and you have a strong light. I always feel that you want to at least get some particles around that light because you're always like, even in real life, you walk into a room that's got light rays or something, you're gonna see dust.
You see dust everywhere,
floating through those light rays. So, excuse me. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of that. I really like what you got going here, man. The only thing that's bothering me, and it's not a huge deal. I think it's just the way whatever like LUT package or whatever you use handled things. But like it created an outline around Raph. And I've had this happen to me on my stuff before, and I know it's just like if you choose the wrong color package, like in Lightroom, it can really separate out those, like that, and it looks like he's pasted on there. And he's very well not, he's not pasted on there, but just something about selecting that particular color wheel that it gives you, like say cinematic 2 or something, just throwing one out there just to give you an idea, and you put that on there, and it just crunches some colors and really emphasizes others. And when it does that, it can sometimes add borders around certain colors and stuff, and it'll make your stuff look like a bad layer mask when it's not. So just be conscientious of that. It's not ruining the picture, but I am seeing it. So, and I've had that happen to mine, and it drives me nuts. In fact, one of my favorite ones, my goblin, he's throwing that bomb, and that that hand that's throwing, even though it's not masked, I could not get rid of that, and have the color wheel that I wanted. So it was just really irritating.
That's frustrating.
But, yes. And I see you're doing the widescreen here, this widescreen effect, like you're doing the landscape. Don't be afraid to try the widescreen. I think it really helps add to sell these kind of scenes, cropping it in even tighter. So what you would do is, if you had the letterbox thing like Harry's got, in fact, maybe that'll be another pack sometime. We'll send out your letterbox.
Yeah.
What you would do is, you got this shot right, and it's going to cut off Mike's head if you do it regularly. If you just let that letterbox work, you don't have to do that way. So what I do sometimes is in Photoshop, I'll have the original shot, and then I'll duplicate that background layer so I can move it up and down, and then I'll put the letterbox on top of that, and that I can scooch it either way without resizing it and causing other issues. I can just be up and down. I have that room to play with now within the letterbox, so I could keep Mike's head in there and just cut off like Don's knees. So, which you don't need his knees. There's nothing integral down there that you need, so you could cut all this off if you want and make a tighter, crisper kind of shot. You even cut even to here if you want.
A little bit of rough,
a little bit of rough, but it's not necessary. You don't have to do it, but I am a really big fan of that now that Harry's got me collect stuff.
Right. It's addicting. Once I went, that 16:9 aspect ratio, I just can't go back. Like, honestly,
I've been going back today and yesterday.
Okay.
I did go back this week, but
once in a while.
Just for some shots that I just didn't have enough background to work with the subject that I was working with. I was like, I have to do portrait, because if I do widescreen, my background's not going to look right at all.
Yeah.
What's going on, Maximum Rex? How you doing? Collector's Zone is in here, man. Collector's Zone is in here.
Oh, okay.
Collector's Zone. He's got his own website there. He's selling his own
awesome
figures and stuff. So check out Collector's Zone. I know he says he's got discount codes and stuff, and he's going to have these guys, and you'll get them cheaper than Sideshow, if I'm not mistaken. So check that out. And really, let's pause real quick. Let's talk about these guys real quick. These actually, I think, look pretty great.
Okay.
We're gonna change it up here, but let me go.
I was about to say, in your shots, they look actually pretty good.
So this is them. They actually can look really good, but they have their problems. Not just the weakness on the head sculpt, which can come out good, as you see, so long as you utilize the lighting.
Yeah.
But in a straight flat lighting situation is not necessarily the best head sculpt. Like if I'm looking over here now, they actually look okay because all the light's hitting them and my eye can see that. But like you're watching somebody's review of them, like Unsealed and Revealed or something, it's washing their jaw jaw lines out and everything like that. So that's a problem because the paint app's not quite there. But that's not the biggest problem with the figures. The biggest problem with the figures.
Joints.
Let me grab this.
I would assume that it would be joints.
Well, the joints aren't the best either.
Okay.
Collector's Zone, I don't mind either way, man. I'll hook you up if I'm here. Let me see here. I need to find. Looking for that, and there it is. So I went over this last night. I did a little live stream, like a 30-minute episode live last night. This is one of Anakin's hands. And right now I got to pull that up. All right, there we go. So this is Anakin's hand, right? Let me zoom in.
Yeah, you want to,
This is Anakin's hand, right? This is the one for holding the lightsaber, right? This is Anakin's lightsaber. He comes with his lightsaber. I like that they put it a little pointy on there. That's great. What's going on, Bearded? How you doing, man? So you got your initial, got to get it in there, and he holds it pretty well right that, right? But nobody holds a lightsaber like this, right? You want to hold it like midway, choke up on it some, like a baseball bat. So once you choke up on it, right here or so. Wow, it was falling through his hand last night, but
it might as well be.
But as you see, it just flops around, and this one's not as bad as Obi-Wan. Because Obi-Wan's lightsaber is even thinner. So Benjamin, what's going on, buddy? So Obi-Wan's lightsaber, which is sad because the hand sculpts look really great. This is Obi-Wan's hand here. Again, you get that base. That's the part that kind of holds it up. It's the thickest part of it, right? You can hold on to there, right? You get this past that though, past the index finger and the thumb. Wow, okay. And yeah.
That is.
So he can't, without blue tack, he's not holding that well at all.
God.
And that's why I pulled the blue tack off so I could, show you guys properly. So this was my biggest problem with these figures is, for $255, they can't even hold their own weapon.
Jeez.
True story. Good evening, Benjamin. How you doing tonight? Let me make sure I got everybody. Dockinator, how you doing?
Dockinator.
Let me get off of here too. What's going on, FBJ? How you doing? How you doing tonight, man? JP Rex, the geek. I love these. However, not a big fan of realistic costumes with animated heads. No, I think the clothes work personally, but that's my opinion. Bearded Nerdy Oaf. What's going on, Mark? How you doing tonight?
What's up?
Maximum Rex. Sad these guys didn't turn out better.
Yeah.
Well, don't be sad. Don't be sad.
You don't have to apologize for that.
I don't have tardy slips. It's all good. And then, of course, good evening. So I really like this pose I got for Obi-Wan over here. That's why I don't want to move him. He's got this, I'm doing the whole, actually I had to use some tape on this hand here. So it holds the robe open. And then I got the lightsaber on a wire. He's like pulling it over to this hand. But that's all part of tomorrow's shot, which I will tease you real quick. If I can hit these buttons right. So there's tomorrow's shot. He's like, oh, okay, Predator, we'll take care of you. But
bit of a Yoda move there. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we stole it from Yoda, but that's fine. I mean, where do you think Obi-Wan learns it from, right? Yoda,
exactly.
Qui-Gon, something like that.
Yep. Very true.
Yeah. All right, so we're done with that. I'm done teasing you, but yeah, these figures they can look great. Just depending on what lighting you can do, right? So just But my problem is really the price point that these figures come in at. They need to be like $200 shipped.
Yeah,
that would be more reasonable for what you're dealing with.
Even that.
Yeah, it's still
180 shipped. It's like, all right, that makes a bit more sense.
Some people might even,
like if they looked like the prototype, then okay, 250 shipped, sure. But
you can look like you gotta set the light just right.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like you have to like be a freaking photographer, a lighter guy to, to be able to get that to look right. So it's just,
yeah.
They should just be standing there looking just like the prototype.
All right, Harry. We got Commander Green here.
Yeah.
With this Clone Wars mall, what'd you think, man?
I love the lighting in this. I think Commander Green is massively improving on his lighting, lighting skills. You can tell here, he's got a little bit of a rim light there. I always love that. And the red from the saber is casting on his face, and I think the lighting here is great. Maybe it's just the pose right now that's a little wonky to me. I'm not really sure. What do you think?
Yeah, the pose is weird, and it's kind of a limitation of the figure actually, because he's not double the arms. So you got to keep that in mind when you're posing these figures, because that's just a weird. I don't know what he's doing. He's got his saber up over here, and he's got the talk to the hand. I don't know. Not really force wielding, because I would think like a straight and kind of.
Yeah, I think if his arm was straight, I think would have been better, more like this. I think, yeah.
There's Commander Green right there. He says, I got his eyes lined up, but not happy with one camera left red light blue out. Yeah, the red light's too saturated on his face over here.
A little bit too harsh, yeah.
That's the other thing. So what you want to do when you're trying to do this is you need to cut it with some white. Not a lot, just a little bit. Cut it with a little bit of white. And I see that you're using your red light source is coming from under the arm. You got to remember that to be technical, since he's got a double-sided blade, you need to come up from the top of the arm as well. You need to shine. You don't have to hit his face twice because that's going to add a whole bunch of red. Just get a snoot and point straight down here to light up this portion. You want to light up this shoulder and this arm, all this. You don't necessarily have to do the head again. You're already hitting the head, but you want to try to grab all of this with the red. So,
and I think using a bounce card might be beneficial as well, so you don't get that blown out.
A bounce card might do that cut he needs because he's got this white light source over on this side.
Yeah,
you want to bounce some of that back on this side. That might help cut that saturation down a bit. So
or you can bounce the red too, so that it just looks a bit softer. That's how I do a lot of my lightsaber light bouncing on the figure. I just
that could work out.
Bounce card, and then
Oh man, Hira, man, check this out, man. His name is that's right. I know you.
Oh yeah, Harry. We are the Harrys. Forgot about that.
This is the name you chose here, man.
Hira.
But yeah, and Harry. That's right. Thank you so much for the super chat, Harry. Man, I much appreciate it. Wow. All right, I feel like an idiot now, but let's remember that.
Yeah, we'll try to remember that.
It's been a crazy week. It shouldn't be hard because you're a Harry.
Yeah,
you're a Harry. He's a Harry. Everybody's a Harry. But I skipped everybody when I saw that, so I'll give a shout out to some other here. Let's see. Darth Matter art, dig it. Lightsaber looks great with the flare. Yeah, I love the flare. That's great use of the flare on the lightsaber. But I can see also that you did the lightsaber effect two different ways. Like this way has got a harsher line around it, and then you got your
I think that might be the depth of field that he's going for. Like the one on top is a bit closer to his face, so it should be more focused.
The one on top has no depth of field adjustment. It looks very sharp.
Yeah.
And then this one looks too adjusted, especially comparatively. So
it should be a little bit closer. But I see what Commander Green's trying to go for there.
But we need to get Commander Green. We need to get Harry his lightsaber pack.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask, how's that going? Did everybody get their?
Dude, I used it on that shot.
Did you?
I used your pack. Let me go back to that. So when we pitch this thing, because it is gonna be a limited pack here. This lightsaber pack. This is both blue lightsabers from your shot or from your pack.
Awesome,
I didn't go make my own pack or my own.
Okay.
Now with Anakin, since he's got this lit up background, I did double up on it to cast more blue, so it wouldn't just get eaten up by all this white.
Yeah,
what was happening is this blue glow around the saber. It was almost looking like a white saber. I had to stack it twice and then do I think an ad blend. A linear ad. Something.
Yeah. One of those to make it glow
just
even more.
Make it kind of blow out a little bit more. So it did give a little hotter blue around the outside than what I wanted. Mm-hmm. This is a little hotter, but it is making it blue. So
Yeah, you can't really escape that. Since
but
you have
Obi-Wan's is not messed with. That's just one straight blue lightsaber, and I think I put a little bit of blur on it just because it's further back. So this is from Harry's lightsaber pack. If you're not a member, go ahead and become a member, guys, and this will be available to you. We'll email it out to you. So if you sign up to be a member, let me know, and we'll get you my email address, and we'll get you this lightsaber pack. And that's here. Harry will also send them out.
Yeah,
because I was being slack and didn't get Andrew fast.
Yeah, if someone is just really impatient, please just let me know. I can get it to you. As long as you're a member, I can get it to you.
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff happening this week. I apologize. I was like, I'll get it to him Tuesday. He'd be all right. But anyway, I'm sorry. Back to this stuff. But we've got a lot of other stuff here. Harry, is he Philip? Are you referring to Harry? Harry is you're Vietnamese.
I am Vietnamese. Yes.
Thank you.
100% Vietnamese from Vietnam.
In fact, you were just there for a month in June.
I was just there.
Man. I was like going with withdrawals, man. I was like,
I need my Harry. I need my Harry.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, that sounds really bad. Whoa.
See, Darth Matter art. Question for you guys: do you guys stack photos for different light if Harry does?
That's what I
Light
do.
effects, I typically try to do it all in one photo, but I know some people may not have multiple lights. I know
Yes.
Harry does that primarily. I do it occasionally, depending on if I can get the light that I need in the shot. I try to get it all in one shot, but there are, like you just said, there are situations where if I use the light all in one shot, I'll cast light somewhere I don't want it. So what I'll do is I'll just take it in 2 different shots. So, but Harry, you can expand.
Yeah, so I have multiple lights, but I usually, when I light my scenes, I'm only going with one light. Usually, it's just this thing. Yeah, and I would stack many, many different layers of different lighting situations. Sometimes soft white to kind of, get that ambient lighting. And then if I want, like a lightsaber that's casting red light on it, I'll do another shot with red light on the figure, and then I'll blend everything together. I feel like I should do like a tutorial or something, because like
Dude,
so many
that's what I
people.
told you when we first started. I was like, we need to get your computer working. So we can do
Yeah,
like we can stream like from share, then like have you go through it. So
yeah,
that's something
because
Harry's gonna work on, guys. He's gonna work on.
at some point, yeah, because so many people requested that, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll do that at some point, and I've just kind of been putting it off. But yeah, it's super helpful if you have only one light. Like, you can still get any lighting situation you want with just one light. But you need a tripod. Your camera has to be perfectly still, and you have to find a way to be able to take pictures without touching the camera.
Yeah.
If you
So
touch it,
remote.
yeah, you need a remote or something or an app. So yeah, if you touch it, you have to redo it.
Nowadays, like the Canon one, like I have, I can use my phone to control
Yeah,
my
yeah,
shutter, so
yeah. So
I
they
can
have
use
apps
the
for
app on
that.
my phone. 616 photos actually asking
There he
you a
is.
question. And Harry, since you already got his information, he didn't hit me up, so I couldn't email him that stuff. And obviously, you have it. Can you hit him with that letterbox you have
Yeah,
as well?
I can hit him up with that, or you can just honestly go on Google, type in
No,
letterbox,
don't do
and
that.
it'll
It doesn't
probably
come out
show.
right. I tried that. Remember, I had to ask you because it
Yeah,
wasn't
you do
right.
have to look around a little bit. Sometimes you get things that are not a PNG, and then you get the checker in there,
Well, not
or
just that.
sometimes.
Some are the wrong scale. Like yours is like
Yeah,
perfect.
sometimes it's the wrong scale too. So yeah, if you want, I can send that to you, or if you want to look for it, that's fine too. Just let me know, dude. Just hit me up, Andrew.
And Harold says, "Thanks, guys. He
Oh, of
appreciates it
course,
this
of
week."
course, of course.
So, moving down, Collector Zone, man. He's solid Predator shot. Yeah, we're going to talk about Nomad
Oh
figures,
yes, oh
Predator shot.
yes,
This
oh
is a
yes.
NECA Predator. This is one of the ones from the Predator movie,
Crazy.
Fugitive Predator. Not my favorite looking Predator. Actually, I prefer the Prey Predator over this one. And I don't really like the look of the Prey one, especially without the mask. I'd like him with the mask. He looks great with the mask, but
yeah.
But even with the mask, there's nothing helping this guy. I don't like his mask. The shot was great.
Yeah.
The shot was great. Let me hit that like button. Harry, man, what you got, man?
Man, look, when I looked at this, I thought it was a Hot Toys. It's insane what these NECA figures can do, honestly.
No, Hot Toys
And
never made this one. They teased it. They said, "Hey, we might do this," and then nope, not gonna
okay,
happen.
yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, I don't think Hot Toys ever made this one, so it's weird. But yeah, it turns out it's just a NECA. But man, it looks like it could be a Hot Toys, and especially with the shot and the lighting you have here, and all these effects. Yeah, the shot is great.
Yeah, this is
think
a
that.
really clean look, Nomad. I'm really digging this. It looks like he's actually outdoors, and knowing the
Yeah,
way you shoot, I'm pretty sure he's not. But
it might be outdoors. I don't know. It
it's
looks
not
too.
snowing anywhere for one.
Yeah, it looks too good though. Like even the lighting, it
If
matches
you
the
look at his
outdoor.
other stuff, man, he's actually getting pretty good at composition, like actual
Yeah,
photo composition. So he's able to
yeah,
match light pretty well.
yeah.
I love the steam coming off the head, though. I like that. Or maybe it's
Hmm.
coming out of the mask. I'm not sure,
Oh
but
yeah, like he's breathing in cold air. Oh yeah, that's
making it look
awesome.
cold. But yeah, you did a great job matching the lighting. I really don't have anything negative to say here, man, at all.
Yeah, I
Man,
really
even
don't.
your effects are looking great. The only effect that's a little off is this here, but I think they accentuate it in the movies and stuff too. But light doesn't quite act like this because there's not enough haze in the air to really
Yeah.
do this laser. So what I would do is maybe to make it look more natural is like mask some of it in and out, just like
Mm.
and maybe even add some extra smoke or whatever around that part where you keep the light at, so it makes sense that you have it there. But it's really a lot further than you need to go. I mean, this
Yeah,
looks great. I'm right. This I'm just being very anal and being very picky right now. What you
being
can
very
do here.
Maz right now.
Yeah, but hey, we're here to try to point out things that can be worked on in the future.
Hmm.
It's not
Hmm.
just necessarily it needs work, but let's point out some ideas of something to keep in mind next time you
Yeah,
address something like this. So, um,
but great chart, regardless. Yeah,
this is a
awesome
beautiful
shot.
shot, man. I'm loving it. And Pablo says I need to refresh, so he's not going to let me get down to the bottom. Oh dear Lord, no, he's
Oh,
not.
we got a bunch more.
Look at
Nice.
Pablo. Look at
Ooh,
Pablo. This is beautiful lighting here.
yeah.
He's got several here. Let me go through them real quick. Oh, look at that.
Dang. This is like straight up professional toy product shot here.
Well, this is all Mr. Lee inspired too,
Yeah,
man. I mean, I know
it's
he's,
awesome.
but I mean, I would like to know how Mr. Lee's doing this. I mean,
Hmm.
getting these kind of crisp colors out of everything, I love it.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at it.
I love the purple, the hot pink in this. Like I'm getting that massive like cyberpunk kind of vibe,
Yeah.
and I love that.
So
Composition is great. Um, yeah, nothing honestly, nothing negative I can say about these shots.
no, I love the depth of field. I mean,
Hmm.
again, you could try to letterbox it, but then you lose this little
Little
rabbit
rabbit
thing.
guy. Yep,
So
yep.
that's kind of I kind of like the little rabbit guy. So maybe not
Yeah,
letterbox it, but you could. I
yeah.
mean, even you could do another version of this where you letterbox it, where it's just up in here, and that's a whole other shot. It's like a whole second shot. It's
Whole other style. Yep, yep, yep.
yeah. So it's great stuff. Let me hit that
Yeah.
like button. Yeah, I love. I don't know what this vehicle is
Wow,
either.
that
I
looks
love the
really
purple
good.
how it comes out here, and
Yeah,
the nice gradient here.
and
It's just
the
beautiful stuff.
white light coming from top, and it's like super soft.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it looks great.
very very nice. Look at he's getting that whole metal look here. Very very well done with the lighting. Pablo, I don't. You don't need anybody's help, man. You're doing awesome.
Yeah, I don't think we're adding too much to this.
Yeah.
Feels like you already got it down.
Um.
I'm in his internet hood. I love that. Yeah, internet has a hood section. Dope.
He says this is a 1/18 scale figure. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, hood is great.
Emerson Ford could be a digital diorama.
What
It's
is?
possible, yeah. With I think with the Predator,
Oh, with the Predator? Yeah, 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 yeah.
but yeah, I love the glows, man, on the Predator and the light stuff here. Um,
Yeah, these are awesome. Oh,
More
we have more.
shots from the same
Okay.
sequence here, I think. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna flip through
these are
them real
really
quick.
good. Ooh, love this shot.
I like this one too, but you're losing. There's a lot of darkness right here,
Yeah, I
and it
think
kind of
that's
makes them get lost in the
fine.
word a little bit.
I think
It's
that's
not
okay. I feel
horrible.
like we can still see what's
Yeah,
happening there. Yeah,
yeah. It's just something that might want to. Let me hit the like on that.
might
Uh,
just be a compression Instagram.
it's very possible too. Instagram
Yeah.
will kill your darks like that sometimes.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um, yeah, this is the one I like. This is the pose I like. This is real nice. I love the line that you're making here with the line on the truck, and
Mhm.
just it fits so well from the door to the front end here, just covering that. I love it. I love the lines going through that shot. It's real great.
Mhm.
Got a lot of empty headroom here at the top though. I think because I see
A
like these.
little bit. Yeah.
Is
Maybe
that
you can punch that in a
dust
little
on the
bit.
monitor or is that stars? I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah.
It is very
Yeah.
black, so I can't tell.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Here we go. Queenar man with the
Quaynor.
Joker. This is not a Hot Toys. This is a third party, right? This is that new third party mime Joker. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. He did put hashtag sideshow collectibles, but I doubt that it's made by Sideshow.
Well, I mean,
Um,
Hot Toys did make one, so
yeah, maybe it's Hot Toys. I'm not sure.
no clue. Not entirely sure. But
Yeah.
let's look at the picture here. What do you think of the picture?
I think the lighting on here is actually pretty good. The purple, the blue. I actually think it looks pretty good. It's just I feel like the background is kind of taking away from the shot a little bit. Like it just looks like curtain in the back, so that stands out to me the most.
Well, not
But
everybody's got the system to take
Yeah,
pictures and stuff.
which is unfortunate. So it's fine. I'm just gonna pretend that the background is something else. Also because I don't think it matches the lighting,
Yeah. Well,
perfectly.
I think what needs to happen here is the Joker himself's a little. I mean, his lighting is really nice, but he's just overall just a little dark.
Yeah,
If you
it
bring
looks
him
like
up a little bit,
daytime on the outside.
exposure wise, just bring him up a little bit. That may, bring him out so that his whites here kind of more go more with these whites because there's still blue in these whites here. You get that bluish green in the whites, but this white is not the same as the whites on his face at all.
Yeah.
So even though they're in the same shot, the light's not affecting the whites and blacks of the curtain like it does his face. So it looks
Hmm.
just a little off. And I think it's really a matter of just bringing him up, just bring up his exposure a little bit, um, and
Yeah, I
post.
definitely see that. Yeah, because
Um,
it looks like there's sunlight outside shining in,
mhm.
but he looks like he's in a dark scene.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's a little off-putting. But other than that, yeah, I love the lighting on Joker here.
yeah,
Quaynor is actually utilizing colors a lot more,
yeah. The
and I
the
like
use
that.
of lighting to get his features is great. It's just I
Hmm.
feel that he needs to be punched out a little bit more.
Yeah.
He's too dull for the
Hmm.
background that he's with. Just
Hmm.
that's the only thing that's really wrong here, Queenar. I mean, I'm digging it. I mean, and as Harry mentioned, I'll agree with him. The choice of backgrounds is a little weird. It's not a deal breaker, obviously,
Yeah.
but a good way to help sell that, and not everybody has to do this, is maybe some smog. Some vape or smoke or aerosol or something. Just kind of add a little bit of texture between him and that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just give a little bit of something, something. Um, that
Like
might help.
just yeah. Just so if you are
Whatever.
not aware, like in basically like 90 to 99% of movies, every scene they throw a bunch of small, like a fog or
Yeah.
aerosol in there, like every scene. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
how they
it's a
get that
natural
cinematic
dispersion of
look.
light. It
Yeah.
helps disperse the light. And Pablo actually makes a great point here. He says it looks cooler in tone, and then the background is warmer. So,
Yeah.
and
That's the
usually
whole
with the
point.
blues, you want to play with that. The opposing color on the color wheel, which is kind of an orangish color. But
Hmm.
this is not quite playing into that. This is
Yeah.
more of a segregation of that instead of working with the complementary color. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, just try to punch him out a little bit more, Quaynor, and I think you're on your way, sir. You're on your way. We already went through the turtles. We went through
Yep.
that.
Yep.
This is a video thing. It's kind of funny though. See, he's using his little
Yeah.
Amazon Fire Stick, flipping through his spider
Yeah.
people.
It's like
Um,
choosing
he's not
characters for your fighting
participating.
game.
He's not participating. Pablo, man, dude, where you get a 112 scale,
Insane.
nice looking car like this, man? Because these are Mezco, so they're 112
Yeah.
scale. No,
That's an insane setup, sir.
I'm digging
Yeah,
it,
I'm
man.
digging the shot. I'm digging the shot.
Um, it's hard for me to tell here though. It looks like the figures might not quite be in focus, but it's really hard to tell because I'm working on
Yeah, it's hard to
Instagram
tell.
on a laptop screen and it's kind of small, and then I'm blind, so
Yeah,
yeah,
I can't even tell, and I'm on like a 65-inch screen right now,
yeah.
and I can't even tell.
But I mean, I do like the posing and I do like the composition of everything here. I love the kind of Stranger Things call
Yeah,
to,
yeah, 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 yeah,
which is
yeah.
awesome. Um, and I love that you got him twirling the drumsticks there. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
this is a
poses
tight
are
shot.
great. It's heavy, action-packed shot. Yeah, love it.
Dude, I think we need to get Pablo in the stream. I think Brendan's
Yeah.
exactly right. Pablo, if you want to pop into the stream next week, let me know. We will get you in here, man.
Hmm.
Let me hit that like button for Pablo too. Boom. Um, lead singer is where the focus is at, right here in the front.
Okay.
I honestly can't really tell because I'm blind. I'm using bifocals, and this is my first year having bifocals, and the fact that this is a very reddish, and he's got that pink. I see his eyes. That's the only thing I'm really making out here. I'm starting to lose the rest of his face to the colors in the background. Not saying that in hand, like if you're looking at it on your regular full size screen and Lightroom, whatever, that you're not getting that separate, or not to say you're not getting that separation, but here what I'm seeing here is I'm not seeing that separation, just kind of
Mhm.
melting into that the reds and stuff in the background. So, rock on, Pablo, man. Hit me up and we'll get you in here
Awesome.
next week if you're up to it. Harry'd love to meet you too. Thanks,
Awesome.
Crimson, for thinking about that, man. I'm
Yeah,
totally
that's a great
always in my own
suggestion.
little head, so
Mhm.
it's a little head. Um, I'm digging that. All right, so that's that. Dude, Pablo with
Pablo
Bronx.
again.
I don't know this guy's name, but I know Bronx. He's gone fishing though. Is this Arctic Drench? Is that who that is? He's fishing with Bronx. Harry, what you got on this?
Maybe
Man?
the hunting together. I love the lighting. I love the setup. Yeah, I think Mr. Pablo here is practically a professional product photographer now at this point, because like all these lighting situations are great. You get that rim light on top. You get that soft white light from the right there. Yeah, it looks great. It looks like a daytime shot, and
Yeah.
I don't think this is outside, so it looks
No,
pretty good.
no.
Yeah.
But given that it's a daytime shot, I mean, I think you're on point there. I think there's some great stuff here. I like it a lot. The only thing is a little that I would try to address is, even though it's supposedly like a daytime shot, and sun is a very huge factor, it casts a lot
Yeah.
of light, right? But there would still be some little fall off somewhere, and I feel like that it's too encompassing, the light, especially on Bronx, like going all the way back. It's just straight like one light tone the
Yeah.
whole way back, and
I think it's
I wouldn't have gone that far back with them. Even in a daytime shot, I would have had some more shadows on them. I don't know how to really pinpoint where I'm thinking, but I'm hoping that you guys see what I'm saying, because it's just got this one straight white along the whole back, and I feel like,
I think that also might be the nature of the toy
well,
itself.
I know he's
Yeah.
plasticky. I know that. I know. I got
Yeah,
bronze. I got
because
him,
when you
but
look at his head there, like that looks pretty good. Like the highlight it's falling off really softly with the rest of his head.
maybe it's just
So
this harsh light on his back the whole way. The harsh.
yeah, I don't know
Pablo,
if the
he says
head.
he sees what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
um, I wish I could think of an example I have. I could just pull up real quick, but so everybody else would know what I'm saying. But I feel like, even like, all right, look at the background. See how you got your real hots up here, but then you have nice fall off, like huge fall off in the dark areas. And I'm pointing with my finger as well as a mouse to show you the dark areas and stuff. But obviously you can't see my finger. Um, but you see how you get these hard shadows, and I feel like you don't really get that payoff on Bronx here from where the light is. You don't get the hard shadows. You get soft shadows. And so it's just a little off-putting to have like this hard and no hard shadows to go with that. It's just obviously you get the hard shadow from the joint. I mean, that doesn't really count. That's
Yeah.
actual crevice. But I think that's what it is. It's the inconsistency of that hard light with no hard shadow to complement that, other than
Yeah,
joints.
I think that might be because he's got maybe a bounce card or another light source coming from the left.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
think
yeah,
that's why. Yeah.
he's bouncing some light here on this left side, because
Yeah.
if he doesn't, then you're gonna have this weird fall off on this clear plastic thing. It's gonna look a little
Yeah.
weird. But
And when you look at Bronx's leg there, you can tell that there's some light coming from the left camera
yeah,
because you can get it.
because this side's lit up here, and then this
Yeah, so
side
he's
is
probably
like
caught
lit up.
two
Yeah.
lights coming from two sides. Yeah.
616 changing the subject on the shirt. Thank you. Kohl's for $5. That's right. Not that I usually
Nice.
shop there, but I was in there and I was like, you know what? I could use just like a schematic type shirt. I'm digging on that. But I'm glad you see what I'm saying, Pablo. I don't want to be ever mistaken for smoking something, but because yeah. So I think it really is what it is, that bounce card is hitting Bronx and messing up his particular. And you may want the bounce card for Bronx, but I think it's messing up the levels to really show the light that's doing the same work on the background is not doing that same work on Bronx. It's not giving you those lines like the background has. So, okay, you just add a little text to that. Okay,
Yeah.
just want to make sure there was nothing else missing. Dude, Pablo,
Again.
monopolizing my
Finally.
time much, are we, Pablo? I kid. Let me pat through this. Oh, okay. We're not going to try to judge that anyway. All right, let's just look at this one then. Harry, we got some Warhammer love.
Honestly,
Pablo
yeah,
here.
he kills it with all the Warhammer shots. The only thing though, like, the lighting is great here. Everything set up, the poses are all great here. I just feel like I would punch in a little bit more,
Yeah,
because there's a bit of negative space here and there that I don't think
you got all this
needs to
empty
be
space
there.
here.
Yeah, that needs to be there. So I feel like if you punch into maybe the main guy in the middle there, tilt the camera, do like a little bit of a Dutch angle maybe.
Yeah,
I think it'll add more to that dramatic effect. Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
I know what
yeah,
happened though is Pablo didn't want to cut off this guy here.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Or
why
the
he
guy
didn't
on the
crop
left.
in.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why he didn't crop in. But you have to make those sacrifices, man. I did that on my turtles recently, where I had Raph like on this cool pose on top of a box, and he's behind everybody else, and he gets cut off at the waist. You know, you don't see anything above his waist. It's just his
Yeah.
legs and some size, and you're like, I guess that's
Yeah.
Raph. You see some size. But I'm like, you had to cut it in. You had to do that because
Mm,
the shot wasn't feeling right. It just
mhm.
wasn't giving that feel. It needed to be that. So let me we're gonna change up real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about, guys, in case you're new to the stream. But come on, let me go down here. The one specifically is this one here.
Mhm.
Uh, it could have been taller, and you could have seen more of Raph here. But as you see, you only got some size and some feet. He's on top of this box and stuff. And I think anything bigger than this, you don't get this tension between these two.
Yeah.
You need that focus on them. Just pull it
Yep.
right in there. So,
Yep. Yeah.
um,
Sometimes you don't have to see the whole thing. It just adds a little bit of context. Like, hey, there's someone in the back doing something, and that's sometimes all you need. Yeah. You don't need
yeah,
to see
we
the
know
whole thing.
Raph is there. He's at the
Yep.
ready. He's got his weapons drawn. Don and Mikey, though, they're taking it a little bit more easy. They're just kind of watching.
Hmm.
But Raph is ready to jump in and help, Leo here. So, but another case in point of coming in tight, man. This worked out really well.
Hmm.
Um, this would not be the same picture if I had left it as open. Because even
Yeah.
though I hate it cutting off his head, I hate it cutting off that cool hat. If I'd left it that open, it wouldn't have been the same picture at all. It wouldn't translate it as well.
Yeah.
So, all right, go back to tagged. We were at this here. So yeah, I agree with you. Though the lighting is on point here, and that whole that overlighting that you're using here, it's the same kind of lighting you used on Bronx. But what works here is the figures have painted shadows on them, so
Mm,
it's kind of telling you where shadows are going to be without having to really light it that way. They're going to have their shadows with the painting. So even though you're fully lighting the figure, it still looks like it's got the dramatic shadows going on. So um, maybe I am smoking something. I don't know. All right, moving on. And before I move on, though, let's give a shout out to Ian Saunders.
Eden,
Uh,
lead me
yeah,
out.
I get scared too, man. You cutting off that headroom like that, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I do that quite a bit though, but and sometimes like it just adds to that whole cinematic effect. Like when you pay attention to a lot of shots in movies, a lot of times the head is cut off, like a little bit of the
yeah,
forehead,
yeah.
top of the head is cut off. Yeah, and it
Don't be
adds
afraid to
to that
cut off
effect.
their heads.
Yeah,
Off with their heads.
off with the heads.
Here's the one that could be cropped down a little bit more.
Yeah, it's the same thing I said about the other shot. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of negative space that I don't think needs to be there. Like it's not bad, but I don't think it needs to be there. And I get it. You want to get a lot of that background to show.
You worked hard setting up this
Yeah,
background. Right? I
on the
mean,
yeah
I've done that. I've done
yeah.
that.
So it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, you can just do like a second shot where it's just way more punched in.
Hmm.
I,
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
actually, he's got a second something here. Oh, it's that. Okay.
it's just yeah.
Um, so the problem though is what's going to happen if he punches in with the letterboxing. He's going to cut off this dude's head and Bronx's head. One of the
Yeah,
Bronxes. It's going to come in like within this area. It's
yeah.
going to be like
I,
that.
I I would do like a different angle. Like I would just do like a low angle looking up. I think would work for these kind of shots
Mm.
because
Or
you
you can
have
switch it to a portrait shot. That's
yeah.
going to be vertical, but that would punch it in tighter and give you a better
Mhm.
focal. Because at this point here, the figures are looking too small. The
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah,
taking over more of the eye than the figures are.
yeah.
So Not that anything's bad here,
Yeah, nothing's
visually.
bad. It's just suggestions here. Yeah, and I just feel like you have a lot of figures, like from low to higher. So I
Mhm.
feel like having that angle looking down up would be more interesting.
These are great
But
figures, though,
yeah.
man. Great figures. Let's
Mm,
take another tangent here over to my stuff right here, because this is one that here's a perfect case in point, man. I worked hard on some of the setup for this shot here. Like this. This is a 3D printed, barrel
hmm With fire in it.
with fire in it, and
Yep.
I even came through and where's my mouse? There we go. I even came through and like, come on, like did this texture because some of these older barrels are going to be like rusting through at the top and stuff, and
Yep. Yep.
like just if they've been out there for a while, they're going to have that kind of damage there to the top, or light can even shine through. I think right on this part here, light will actually shine through it, like and cast some
Oh,
light.
looks
But,
really nice.
on the inside, we got some tinfoil because light was actually shining through the print.
Mm,
So to keep that from shining through, and it helps give you more light out the top. So I did that. The other problem though is for 1/6 scale, this is a 1/12 scale barrel. So
mm.
I just had this little piece of plastic and I set this on top of there, made it taller, and then I put all this other stuff in front that you can barely see in this picture, man, which was sad. I put this, this, one of my pallets here in front, and then I made some trash bags. I made a couple of trash bags, right? And so I had all that element, but see, the trash bags didn't make it. You can barely tell the pallets there, and these are all foreground elements that I was making to sell the video game background.
Yeah.
Because that's from Spider-Man, the background there.
Okay. Okay.
New York City from that. So yeah, I did all that work, and then I had to cut it all out. It's
Yep.
barely the barrel itself is barely in there. All this stuff I had to do.
Barely in there.
Yeah, it's barely in there. But all that stuff I had to do to hide this bottom piece that wasn't technically part of the barrel, that's moot. Just isn't there. So
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
it happens. You gotta be able to just cut that out and just be like, c'est la vie. But,
Yep.
it's a cool little barrel though.
Yeah, it looks really good.
It's too small though. It's more of a
Yeah.
12 barrel. It sucks. I didn't realize it. I thought I printed it big enough, but no.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my printer. It's been forever now. Like, geez.
You're supposed to get your printer back in June or something,
Supposed
right?
to be, yeah, it was supposed to be here already, and like they told me that it'll be, it'll be in the warehouse by, like in a week or so. And they said
And you got
that's
an Elegoo, is that right?
No, I got the frozen mighty A.K.A. Yeah.
All right. Let's go back to tagged. We're not here to talk about me tonight.
Yep.
Let's go on to Mark Walker
Oh
photos,
my
man. Every time I think
gosh.
I miss Mark's shots because it's never tagged right or something, man. But dude, he even gave me a little shout out. He got inspired by my Miles playing the video game with Gwen.
Nice.
So, but I love that you got a 1/12 scale cabinet. This is pretty cool. And they're playing Turtles, which is awesome.
Playing turtles.
Turtles playing Turtles, being Turtles. Crimson, dude, I'll have any of you guys on the show if you guys want to pop on sometime, man. Just let me know.
Just
Harry,
have everybody on here. All at
Harry,
once.
what do you think of Mark Walker photo here, man? What do you think?
When it comes to Mark's photo, I don't think that's any negative thing to say on it today. Like, it just looks great. The composition, the lighting.
I'll find something.
Of course, you'll find something. But the only thing that I would have to point out is, I think the same thing that I pointed out for your shot, is that I feel like there should be some light casting from the actual, game cabinet itself.
He's trying to cast it. It's just
there's something there. Yeah,
the front. It's more on the side. You can see it here.
Yeah.
This should be another color because this.
That's what I was
isn't
gonna say.
white, but,
Yeah, it should be maybe like a blue or a green or something.
Yeah,
or maybe. Multiple colors. Yeah.
But it's hard to do. It's hard to get the lights in there, man. I put a bounce card inside my cabinet to get that light to bounce onto their faces, and even then, you weren't happy with it. So, what are you gonna do, Harry? What are we gonna do? Put a flashlight in there.
But yeah, other than that, like Mark's photos are always awesome. So yeah.
I'm gonna disagree with Harry, man. I think that the light on them is adequate as far as lighting up Donnie.
Okay.
Raph could probably use a little bit more light, um, but Donnie I think is lit up well enough. The only problem is again you can tell the light's coming from the side because it's not
Mm,
hitting Donnie evenly on the other side like it would be coming straight out of the monitor. But again,
yeah.
I understand the trials and tribulations of trying to do that. Unlike Harry, who doesn't have a cool video cabinet to put his figures in front of. Okay, so
Damn.
um,
Don't be like
you know,
that, huh?
well, you were picking on us, man. We were trying. We're trying. Um, yeah. So yeah, he's got the light coming out. He's using a bounce card. It looks like bouncing off there on the side. So
Oh, he's got a whole background too. That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's a nice little.
Yeah.
I want that. Can I have that? Send that to me, Mark. That'd be cool, man. Yes, he's got like a light in
Oh,
here. So
yeah, it
he's
looks like it's
trying the best
actually,
he can.
yeah. No, yeah. Never mind. It's actually lighting up the scene there. Maybe just not enough,
Well, he
but
is 1/50. I don't know why he's running such a fast shutter because he's not
yeah,
trying to get any rain or anything. You don't have to run that
yeah.
fast, which
No
could bring
smoke
your
or fog.
ISO way down. You don't need to be at 1600. You put this shutter at like a second. I mean, if you're on a
Yeah,
tripod, you're good. You can just. But if you're handheld, I can see why you're at 1/50. So,
yeah.
um, I don't know. It's hard to say, but that's what's making it so dark here. I love what it's doing to the background, though. It's the perfect lighting for the background of the room. But the turtles are losing a lot of that light you're shining through the cabinet. You know, they should have had a lot more light on them, and I think that's because your shutter speed. So great stuff, though, Mark.
Still looks great. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just little things to help you for next time. I mean, this is a great shot. There's obviously plenty to be proud of here. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Great work. Great work.
Amazing work.
David,
David.
look at this, man. He even put the bend in the pole, man. That's awesome. That was awesome. Let's look at his little.
Yeah, this is.
Look at these. Got some wires. I need some foot people, man. I don't have any foot people for my turtles to fight.
I don't have any bad guys for my heroes to fight.
Yeah. Man, look at all the cool. I'm so jelly. I don't have all this diorama stuff, man.
Masterful setup.
Yeah, if you guys aren't following Collectors.Orbit, you know he's been on the show a couple of times, but you know he's great at setting up these shots, man. I'm so jelly.
Yeah.
He's shooting at f7.1. You know,
get all the foot soldiers in there. Yeah.
Seconds, and then the ISO 100. So
yep.
Slow shutter, and he's rocking it, man. He's rocking the love there. Look at that. Yo, Adrian. What's going on, Adrian?
What's up, sir?
Yeah, this is some great stuff. David, I don't have anything for you, man. I mean,
yeah, me neither.
What am I gonna say?
Yeah,
the motion blur is looking good. You know, like where you put it. In fact, I can't land motion blur like this. You did a great job with the motion blur too. And you get the bend out of the pole. I don't know how you managed that without actually bending it.
I think you have to actually bend it.
That's kind of sad because you'll never get that straight again. But yeah, the pose is great. I didn't even know the turtle could quite pose like this, man.
Yep.
Yeah, David's stuff. Orbit just
kills it.
Just kills it. Adrian says I have to get back to taking photos. Of course, man.
Sure,
don't
my dude.
Yeah, don't let it get you down or something, man. Get the photos out, man. Get them out there. I'll move on here. Let's go on to this is 616 photos, man.
Andrew,
man. Look at this City Hunter, man. NECA City Hunter.
Yeah, he always kills with the Predator shots. I think every single Predator shots he did looked great.
Dude, look, you can DM for prints, man. I need to sell my prints.
I need to do anything to make money. Yeah. I spend too much on Hot Toys and get nothing back.
Oh, NECA sends out bent bows. He might be using that.
Okay.
I would not bend my bow though to do that. I would probably have to Photoshop it or find something to put in its place and then draw it in. Is what I would do. But yeah. All right, I'll go first on this one. How about that?
Okay.
City Hunter here, Andrew. His overall lighting is pretty cool, but I'm gonna have to take a step back though and go over a couple of things that you may want to look at for doing next time. You want to try to blur this effect some, so you don't have these hard lines from the glow, and maybe use a blend if on the glow. Because you got whatever you're doing with this glow effect on his eyes is creating a hard line here that shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be hard lines at any point when you're doing a glow, and it's just one of the things you got to learn when you're doing glows. The other thing is, I get the impression you kind of washed him out a little too much, with maybe an exposure or something. But I think maybe in your efforts to try to color correct him to work with your background, you just kind of washed him out, like made him very. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for.
Desaturated.
Yeah, desaturated. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it looks great. It just, I'm seeing that even though he's matching his background, blacks and whites and everything, but he does look a bit more desaturated than what you'd want. And that glow, I'd work on that there, Andrew. Oh, nothing is bent, he says. Okay. This was second ever Predator shot I've done. Definitely learned a lot. Yeah, you have learned a lot since, because that makes a lot more sense, because your other stuff I've been seeing from you is done a lot better than this. So, not that this is bad. It's definitely a good good contribution to any of the Predator stuff out there. But yeah, Harry, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to disagree a little bit. For me, the shot really works. I'm a sucker for that, desaturated,
the kind of
Zack Snyder, the Zack Snyder style, and I think it works really well for Predators, because they have really detailed armor, and I feel like it just really enhances all the little details. The only problem that I'm seeing right now is when you look at his right hand or right arm, camera left, there's like a weird halo or something, like a secondary. I don't know how to explain it, but it just looks like it's like duplicated and then kind of turned down on the opacity for some reason. I think it's because this is composited on a background. I'm not sure.
He probably duplicated and did a mask so that he could do the blur and then the outline of the mask layer or something.
Yeah, or something like that. That's the only thing that I'm seeing. But the rest, I think it looks great. Yeah. And like,
you don't have a problem with the hard lines on the eyes?
I've had that problem a few times. I think I might know why. It's just during the phase of color grading. I think when you either desaturate things or when you saturate things, that happens. So yeah, you can go back in and blur it a little bit more, but I don't think it's terrible. Yeah, I think it's still fine.
I think a blend if would have probably fixed that, if that's
probably would have fixed that a little bit. Yeah,
would have fixed that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yo, Adrian's asking how they submit photos in here. What you want to do is in the actual photo, like if I click on this photo, see right now it's tagged, Collectors.Orbit, and it's also tagged Moz_toybox. You need to do that to your photo so it tags me. Oh, and apparently there's other tags with it. Make sure you go and edit the photo if you've already posted it, and tag me that way. And also hashtag in either a comment or in the actual description, hashtag Toy Moz. And that way I know that we can go over that, because people tag me on occasion that don't need me to go over their stuff, but they just like to tag me because they want to make sure I see it. So that way I can separate those out, from people just want me to see it versus people want me to, want to participate in this show. So good shot though, Andrew, man. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I like it. I
love your stuff, man. I love your stuff. So
I like it a lot.
What we got here? JP Rex SK. Dude, we got some Ahsoka, Vader, and dead somebody.
Tarkin? Is that Target?
No, I don't think it's Tarkin.
No, not Target.
Hold on, 616 is not a composite. Taken in front of my monitor. Still learning to apply a monitor behind a figure. I do see what you're saying about the arm. I waited to post it for a reason. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Adrian. All right.
That's fine. As always, next time, and I love the shot, so it worked for me. Yeah, just like that tiny little thing that bothered me a little bit. But yeah, other than that, I love the shot, man.
All right, I'm trying to click on this so I can follow Adrian. So there we go. Followed. There we go.
Cool.
Oh, that's gonna be a nice one to go over. So make sure I go back to Adrian after we're done talking about this one, okay?
Okay, for sure.
JP Rex, man. We got the
It's
Ahsoka.
I think that's Kanan.
Is it Kanan?
I think so.
No, I don't think it's Kanan.
I think he did
Oh, maybe that's the
hashtag
master.
Kanan in there,
Yeah.
yeah, somewhere.
Oh, yeah. JP Rex says it is Kanan. So, all right.
Okay.
So,
So cool. I like the story here. Ahsoka turned bad, kills Kanan, maybe the rest of the crew as well.
I kind of want to
So
kill Kanan too, just because I don't like Freddie Prinze Jr. Man, you know, he took my girl Buffy off the market. I've always been upset about that. I'm kidding,
uh,
kidding. But no, I never did really like him. Like I saw him in some movies, and I just kind of get the impression he was kind of just yeah. Anyway,
wait,
not,
Kanan?
not important to the story. Uh, I'm digging this
Kanan?
shot. I feel like we're kind of losing. I know you want like that mysterious darkness there, but I feel that we're losing a little too much detail on the front of Ahsoka, like maybe a rim light
Yeah.
shining up, you know, just outlining this a little bit from the backside, and it would outline Vader some more. So maybe a light that's kind of below here, shining kind of upwards, so that way the cape can kind of cover. So you're not seeing the light source. You don't want to see where the light source is at, but you want to come from that angle.
Hmm.
So maybe use the cape to hide the light and have it pointing kind of up and back towards their shoulders here to kind of outline them. I don't know. And that would help also pull the shoulder out a little bit. Give him a rim light on that side too.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
think some rim lights would have helped, especially since you have a really, dark background.
yeah,
So you do lose them a little bit.
yeah. But I mean, other than the fact that you're losing them into the darkness, I like where everything, you know, all the light that's on them. I'm liking what that's doing for the picture. I just wish we could pull those dark spots without lighting them per se, but pull those dark spots so we can at least see like where his shoulder is and where her
Yeah.
shoulder is, and you know,
Yeah.
just that kind of deal. The only other thing is maybe you would need a little bit more blur on these lightsabers for depth of field purposes, particularly this back one. Um, but not even a whole lot, because I mean you're focused on Ahsoka. It looks like, so maybe not. I can remember you're focused on Ahsoka, and maybe I forgot
Yeah.
that because we lost her face. I don't know, but yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog. I don't know what she's barking at. She's crazy. Let me yell at her. All right, she shut up. No, she's growling. All right. Now she's turning to Chewbacca. Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Let me find that shot that he just sent me. Come on. Where's Adrian's shot? Come on. Gimme.
Give me. There it is.
Boom.
Oh,
Who's
okay.
that samurai Mandalorian that Lou likes so much? Not that Lou can bother to be here, slacker. But what's up, Big Dog Pound One? How you doing? I love this shot. I love the armor and stuff on this. The lighting on this armor is just phenomenal. It's great. Adrian, this is awesome. Harry, what do you got?
I love how he's holding the gun like he just used it, but then like he shot the stormtrooper's head right off. That's what it looks like to me. But yeah, the shot is great. I love the lighting. I love the background that you picked for this, and you matched it pretty well. I think if you have a little bit of a bounce card, maybe a camera right, maybe to light up that right side, maybe a little bit. But yeah, other than that, yeah, you matched it pretty well. So awesome shot.
Yeah, I'm digging this shot, and yeah, the only thing I would nitpick is the use of how you get this background here. It's not nearly as jolting as some of them where you see that, you know, they've put them in front of a background. But what's the jolting part is the foreground versus the background. Like this, the texture you're getting out of this, and then how much of the background you're able to make out. So maybe add a little bit more blur to that to make it bulk it out more, and I think that would help sell how much texture you're getting here in the front. But other than that, man, the lighting on the Mando himself is, I can't complain about that lighting at all, man. Just
Yeah.
phenomenal lighting. I'm loving it. Yeah, dude. Thank you so much for sharing this one, Adrian. Man, I appreciate it.
Awesome shot, sir.
Yeah, this is a great shot. Great shot. Let me get. Oh, I got another one here. All right. But before we get into that, let's go to Darth Matter Art, man. New member. Thank you for
Thank you,
subscribing.
sir.
The end of this month, we're not going to be having a vote on wallpaper. Harry and I are both going to send out a wallpaper. We're also going to get everybody, although Andrew's already got his, we're going to get everybody their lightsaber pack with the end of the month. We're going to send that all out. So I think next week is the end of the month. So next week we'll send all that out. So make sure I have your email address. So email me invader. That's invader, like invading something. Invader Moz at gmail.com. Email me that, and make sure I got your email so I can send out those member packs at the end of the month, man.
Yeah, and make sure to become a member this month, guys, because it might be limited. So make sure to do that this month.
This month. All right. So you heard it. I mean, and it's Harry's pack. So he's the one who's going to say it'll be this month. And then that's the end of the lightsaber pack for now. So
for now,
we didn't give you a lot of time to figure that out.
Get that in this month.
Yeah. So if you want the lightsaber pack, I'll, without leaving this, I'll go back to and show you my most recent shot. It's got the lightsaber pack in use. Look at this one because I had to modify this one to show it up on the white here. Yo, Adrian's now a member, dude. Hell yeah, thank you.
Hey, Adrian, thank you, sir.
Here's a blue. He's got blue, purple, gold, red, and green. Right?
Yeah, and I got the Kylo saber as well, so it's a little bit different because
so you get the red fiery kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a standard blue, and this one I didn't have to do anything extra to because this background didn't absorb all that blue cast. Unlike this background, it just kind of
white bright,
washed it out. So I had to double this one up and then add another blending effect so it could keep some of that blue. So that's why this one looks a little weird, but this one looks so natural. Thank you, Big Dog Pound. Appreciate it. I've got another shot coming with Obi-Wan tomorrow. I love the robes on these figures, man. The Jedi robes themselves, what I like about them is they don't put that wire here. The Hot Toys, you got the robe. Well, you're Qui-Gon, he's got that wire on his hood, and it never sits flat. It always wants to sit and look funny. This thing will just drape down, and it just. I mean, all right, hold on. Let me pick him up. I'll pick him up. Hold on. The funny thing is Obi-Wan's robe is lighter than Anakin's robe.
Like in weight or in color?
Weight.
Okay, interesting.
In color, actually, but
yeah.
But see how it lays like that.
It looks nice. Yeah.
It's just very. I mean, it's awesome. It just lays like that. So Anakin's robe is a little bit more tricky though. His is a thicker robe. And I actually had to add I used some masking tape to help hold his hood down the way I wanted it. As you can see a little bit there in the corner where I'm trying to get my finger. Yeah, right there. There's a little bit of, I put some on each side to kind of squish it down.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that though, I mean, and it probably wouldn't have needed this if I didn't just throw the robe in the box and forget about it for the first couple hours and it got wrinkled. But yeah, this is a thicker robe than Ben's, and I like Ben's better. So sorry, tangent there with that, but
no, yeah, I like it. Yeah.
I promise you, we're getting back to you. But yeah, if you guys become a member by the end of the month, we'll get the lightsaber packs out to you. And like I said, email invadermoz@gmail.com. I think that email is available in the member section. So you can find it there. I just don't want to post it where I can just get a whole bunch of spam. So I apologize. So I'll make sure it's in the member section if it's not. I'll do that in a few minutes, actually, when I get Harry talking. Toys through lenses, man. In fact, I'll let Harry talk right now and tell you about that while I go look at this. Go ahead, Harry. It's
Piccolo. I mean, I am a sucker for Dragon Ball stuff, so This is honestly really reminiscent of Sir Dork's style. It's
Yes.
outdoor. It's heavily focused on the figure itself. The background it's really blurred, and you get a lot of natural elements. Like he's using actual. This is like a pond or something that he's shooting this on, and he's got that ripple effect in there, and I think it just looks so good. I'm not even sure how he's holding up the figure. Maybe something off to the side, kind of holding him up, but it works really well. And yeah, the shot is awesome. I mean, you can see Sir Dork right there, like he's commenting on this. Yeah, it's an awesome shot. I don't know if I can say anything negative about this, except for maybe you add some sort of power up effects, but I don't think Piccolo needs that. Yeah, so honestly, yeah, he's great. Awesome shot, sir.
So I'm still stoked over Adrian, man. I just want to make sure I'm not downplaying.
Oh no, yeah, you're fine.
But, Adrian, man, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate it. I did just update the community. If you go to the community tab later on, either during the stream or after the stream, go to the community tab, and under the membership portion of the community tab. Well, actually, that's for me. If you're in the community, you'll see it as a member listing. I just put a post saying this is my email address. So all members, go ahead and hit me there. Make sure I got your email address so I can get you your wallpaper. These are mystery wallpapers this month. Harry's got one he already sent me. You get a wallpaper that will fit your desktop, as well as a crop version that will fit your phone. And also this month, you get the Lightsaber Pack. So this month, you guys are getting some awesome stuff. And Adrian, I just got your email. Thank you. So, yo, Adrian, rock on. Big Dog Pound. Yeah, the man, those figures, they look nice, man, but they do have their problems. I wish Sideshow would knock like $100 off of them.
Yeah,
$250 to $5 is the same price I just paid for I just got billed today for my Arena Boba Fett. So, $255 is what Arena Boba Fett sells for, and he's got more stuff than these guys come with. These guys come with hands and a lightsaber.
And you can't
I guess a little hologram, but who freaking uses that? So that's all they come with, just hands and lightsaber and a little hologram. I just want to get through all these comments real quick, and then I'll go into my take on toys. Moz, did you get a chance to review the used application of matte acrylic finisher on the mentioned pleather? Oh, no, I have not gone over that yet. All right. Let me go over toys through lenses, and then we'll get to that. So, actually, wow. All right. I've actually had a chance now to look at it. This is actually really nice. I really want to crop it, but then you ruin.
Yeah,
you got the perfect drop, like you got them center perfectly over that, and it's just, I don't know how you did that, but that's great. Toys through lenses. This is a great shot. The water is so still, except for right there where he's at. I don't know how you're doing this, man. It's just great. He's lit really well.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, if you want to even go further with the whole, Sir Dork thing, you can throw in some water droplets in the back.
No, but I like the calmness of the water.
I do like this. Yeah, I do like this. Yeah.
I like how tranquil the water is, with the exception of like just the drips or whatever that's made the little ripples come from him like that. And you start throwing all that other stuff, it makes it too chaotic and not where I'd want it. But I mean, do a second shot like that. But I really like this shot this way. So I don't know much about Dragon Balls, but congrats, man. This is a beautiful shot. I don't do enough outdoor shot to say what you could do differently. Here's something you can try later. Is again utilize my favorite tool, and put just if you use something like this, or I'm not condoning using if you don't already do this, but if you use something similar to this, or if you have any kind of fogger or smoke machine or humidifier, and you can get that to blow, like if I were to use this and blow right on that water surface, it would stick to the water, and it would make a nice little haze just on top of the water, which has been really cool, I think, just to have that haze down there by the water. like it's like heat rising from it or something, or you know, just that would be a cool little effect to try, just to try out. But really, there's nothing wrong with this. This is great. I like it. Toys through lenses is beautiful. Let me get back though. Get so sidetracked today. Nobody can do things right, man. I always gotta look for tags. I kid.
Good old Moz.
There we go. While I'm doing that though, Ben was asking about the acrylic finisher. All right. So tangent again. Let me just bookmark where we're at. We're gonna be right here. All right. Yep. So tangent again. So Anakin, where's my mouse? Come on, there we go. Anakin has pleather, like his vestments, the black vestments are all pleather. So what I do is really just, you know, take a paintbrush, put some of this stuff on it. You're gonna, you know, run it through there a few times and just put it, you know, one or two solid coats all over that pleather. This stuff's, you know, real simple. It's a clear coat, so it doesn't, you know, show up. I mean, it'll show up as you're doing it, but as it dries, it'll dry clear. Just make sure none of it pulls in any one spot. And yeah, I mean, that's the extent of it. Ben, I don't know if you have any particular questions, but as far as, you know, running this stuff, it's just a matter of painting it on there with a paintbrush and just putting it on there. I try to take the item off before I do this, so I try not to get any on the actual body, like the fabric or anything, because it will make a stain on the fabric, because it's a fabric it's going to soak in, you know, the liquid. It'll make a stain. So, but it doesn't do anything really to pleather. It just helps seal the pleather. So what this is doing is adding an acrylic layer on top of the pleather, so the pleather has nowhere to get any element, you know, damages, like none of the humidity and stuff can directly get to the pleather to ruin it. It seals it in, basically. It seals it so that none of that gets in there. Now, over time, you may need to reapply a coat of this because acrylics can crack, but only if you're really handling it a lot. What I really concern with myself with that. I mean, if I never handle this guy again or pose him or touch that area again, you really won't need to in your lifetime probably mess with this. But if you do handle them, you may want to put this on like once a year or just put another coat on. So, but any other questions, let me know about that. That's what I use for all my pleather. As soon as I got these guys, I pulled off their pleather. They both have pleather belt on their belts. And then Anakin's got that black vest underneath his robes here. That's all pleather on the front and back. So I cover that up. So there we go. Moving on to JP Rex's Lego Mania. Oh, I probably got yeah. So you guys can see that we're moving on to JP Rex's Lego Mania.
Lego Mania.
And Adrian, yes, I agree with you. I'm waiting for Prey figures. Yes, Hot Toys.
We'll see.
Figures.
We'll see.
Harry, go for it, man.
Yeah, this is honestly really, really good. The only thing is that, you know, this might benefit from my lightsaber pack, because you can see that the harsh outline of that blue glow is kind of giving it away. That's the only issue with the shot. It's just the lightsaber effects. Everything else is great. I love the lighting. I love the pose. Like, to get dynamic looking poses out of Lego minifigs, it's practically impossible. So what you were able to achieve here is awesome. So kudos to you, sir.
Yeah, that's my big nitpick as well, is getting the lightsaber effect right. And you know, when I just started out with the lightsabers, I this is how it ended up with, because if you're making the lightsaber effect manually, it's a matter of playing with the different blend options. What you would do is you would make a white line. So I usually would grab a paintbrush, hold down the shift tool or shift button, start one in, and then while holding down the shift button, you know, just click on where I want that lightsaber to end at, and it'll draw a straight line from point A to point B, where you've started and where you ended. And then after that, I'd take a wider brush and do, so that would, the first layer would be white, and then the second layer would be a wider brush with probably like a 60% opacity bluish color that I want to use. And then I forget the blend modes I'd use, but I think it would be either an add or a dodge. for that first one. The next one is the opposite of whatever one that was. But
Mhm.
your next blue layer is going to be even a wider blue, and it's going to be half the opacity you just used. So the first one was 60%. The second one is going to be 30%, and it's going to be a little wider, so that you let that blue kind of cast out. You can do that several times and make that wider and wider and wider, halving it each time. That's how you manually draw a lightsaber. Again, you base white line, and then you're going to just play with the blue. Do a layer for each one of those, and do a different opacity of the blue each layer, and make that wider and wider. And then your last one can be like really wide, because you want that blue to kind of cast off onto like Anakin and everybody else. So it can get kind of wide, and you might not go all the way down the blade of the lightsaber at that point. You're just using that brush to make make that spill into his face. So if you don't have the lighting to do that, let's see. But yeah, other than that, I'm digging this. I don't know what's going on with the split in the fire, though. I don't know.
What is that? That just stood out to me just now. That's because it's kind of losing his hair a little bit. If you still have that fire in the back, that will give the hair like an outline.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but that's something you can address later as well. So
yeah.
Let me address Crimson Viper here. He says, you guys have a tip for leveling out brightness on a photo in Lightroom or Photoshop? Seems like mine too often have backgrounds underlit or sections underlit but struggle to get them balanced out. You can always use a gradient tool or a masking tool.
Leveling out brightness. I'm not really sure what you mean by leveling out brightness.
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy
on
that.
But if you want to like edit the background, separately, I think the best practice is just to mask out your objects that you're shooting, and then just edit the background separately.
Or like, say you want this one area, like we're going to save this example right here. Okay, so we want this little one area to be a little brighter. So we're going to hit this mask tool. This is your masking tool, and we can select the subject if we want. It'll do a pretty good job of selecting the subjects. Or you can select the sky, but there's no sky here, so it's going to get lost and go, what did you just say? Because I don't see a sky. So it's not going to find a sky. So you can also do a radial gradient, and that's going to do like a little circle gradient, and it's going to apply whatever effect. Like, we're going to do this and undo it here. We'll do a little level gradient here. See how it's doing like a little circle gradient? Say I want this area to be, just brought up some. I can play with the exposure there, and look at that.
Oh, it's actually adding a nice glow to the,
Yeah, so we'll move that over. We'll do that. So we just now added a nice glow to that. We can even make this longer here. And yeah, all I'm doing right now is playing with the exposure. Look at that. So yeah, you can do that. Do the that tool entirely. So the other thing you can do is again hit this this masking tool, and you can use the brush, and depending on where we want, like let's say I want to bring all this out, and I can just play with the exposure, bring it out.
Yep.
That's a little harsh, but so I brought out the lighting here on the wall. I use this really to take away the takeaway lighting. And Crimson, my Lightroom looks different, probably because I'm using Classic. It's not entirely different though. It's I guess I could open up the other one. I just don't use it as much anymore. This one I like where the buttons are, but they all have the same features really. The development area is just a little different than yours, but they're there. They're all the same. They're just a little different. One of the things I like to do is I haven't used it in a while, but you can do a linear gradient. I like to play around with that, and then we can play with the exposure and let it fall off there for whatever reason. So it's a good way to do like your own custom vignetting. And you can even turn these and move them and play with them after the fact. So there you go. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? I would do that, but so it's just a matter of playing with it. All you got to do, man, just got to play with it.
Really try and mess around with
doesn't mean you shouldn't.
Masking. Yeah, masking is going to be your best friend.
Masking is your best friend. JP Rex, you see, I want a bit more cartoonish sabers for. Oh yeah, oh, no, rock on
Yeah,
then, rock
that's
one.
fine. Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what you got. Um, yeah, Benjamin, I hope that helps out. If not, we'll but maybe I'll do a video on it sometime. I'll like record when I do it. JP Rex, the split is the part of the antenna or whatever
Oh,
that
okay.
was they were fighting on. Oh, okay.
I see what you
Okay.
mean. Okay.
All right. We kind of lose it in the picture, unfortunately. All right. Let me bring up this Lightroom. And let's see if we can find the masking tool. This is probably the one you're running. This is the more up to date one, and then you got this over here. And here's your masking tool right here. Boom. And I can take the brush and we can brush all that in there, whatever, and then I can play with exposure. Boom. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. So, like I said, it's there. It's just a little different in the layout. So, just this is your regular settings here in this Lightroom, then your crop tool, then your healing brush tools, and then your masking tools right there. So, I don't do too much with this one though. This Lightroom I only use really to move photos to my phone. All right, moving on here. We got get this shot here. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, you still talking about Lightroom. So, yeah, yeah, you just gotta play with it. There's also videos on it. If you have any more questions, though, let me know, and I'll try to help you out with it as best I can, Crimson. The Star Wars photographer. He's got Vader striking down. Is that Anakin?
Obi.
I
think
know.
it's Obi.
Is it Obi?
Yep, I think it is.
Could be. I don't know. Which it says Obi-Wan there. Trying out my new Obi-Wan and Vader figures together. There you go.
Yep.
Go for it, Harry.
Okay, I think right off the bat, you know what I'm gonna say. I feel like the lightsaber should cast red light on his helmet and also on Obi himself. That's the main thing that stands out to me. Other than that, I do like that kind of dim, grungy lit style that you're going with. I like that. It might be a little bit too dark, but I think it works. It works for me. Yeah, so the main thing is just the lightsaber effect. Should be casting a lot more red
I
light.
think the lightsaber effect's going to solve a lot of that. It's going to, especially the position of the lightsaber, is going to add that rim light, and it's going to be a red one around.
Yeah.
It's going to be bringing Vader out, and it's going to add a little bit of touch to Obi-Wan. So,
yep, it'll bring Obi-Wan out a little bit too.
Adding the proper red cast off from that lightsaber, just putting a red light, kind of off to the side, but behind him, casting kind of this way.
Yeah.
Should cast enough on his arm to make it look like it's coming from this side, as well as cast enough on his back and a little bit on Obi-Wan. You can probably get away with one red light here on this.
Yeah. Yeah. So just be mindful of, the light source in your shot and try and make sure that it's casting correct light, on your figures.
Well, people miss these all the time. They miss the lightsaber effects, like the lighting that it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Like how it affects the characters all the time. I see it. I see it constantly.
It does happen quite a bit. Yeah.
They miss it, and hell, Sideshow missed it. They had that cool Yoda statue. I don't know. Were you here?
I don't think I was.
Let's go. You guys don't need to see my orders, but you're seeing them anyway. Yoda. There's a Yoda statue they got that they were just advertising about a month ago or something. Why do I type Yoda and you give me everything but just Yoda?
Give you a bunch of Grogu instead.
There it is. So this is the big one here. There we go. So
this green, right?
There's green, but
yeah, it's not coming from the right direction.
Coming from the lightsaber.
Yeah, it's not coming from the right direction.
It's not coming from the right direction at all.
Yeah, like when you look at the droid on there, like there should not be any green on that area of the droid.
Not here, no.
Yeah.
That's not even the problem. But look at his arm. There's no green on his arm at all up here. It's all at the bottom.
And it's on his fingers. So you can just tell that it's coming from like off camera to the side and not from the lightsaber itself.
But this is a 1-to-1 scale Sideshow statue, guys, in case you're interested. But yeah, This is where the photographer failed to light this guy properly. They're just like, let's just throw some green from anywhere over there.
Yep.
Lightsabers on that side. Well, yeah. But it doesn't
Yeah.
look like they're really selling me on a light up lightsaber if the light up lightsaber is not lighting up light.
No, not at all.
Obviously, got to use your secondary lights to get some light on them.
Yeah, that should have at least come from the top and not the side.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But yeah, I think the red from that lightsaber would have cast enough light on this whole scenario to bring out the issues that I have with it, kind of address those issues. So it's good stuff though. Just got to keep in mind that your lightsaber does cast light.
Yeah.
And once you do that and you account for it, your pictures will take, a huge uptick in quality. So Emerson said, let me try not to break the internet here while I say that. Emerson said, I find it hard to Photoshop lights and have no lume cubes, etc., but I'll try. Which one was yours, Emerson? Was this in yours here? If this is yours here, if you don't have red light, what you can do is, remember I was telling you about I was telling you about the paintbrush idea when you make a lightsaber. You can take, if you're in Photoshop, because you say you have Photoshop, hard to Photoshop. So take a red paintbrush, make it really big, make it really soft, and make it its own layer. Don't use it on top of the actual picture. Make it its own layer, and put the opacity. You have to play with the opacity settings, just whatever's going to work, your best. But just play with the opacities and just put the big blotch of red here and mask out anywhere that is not touching Vader, or even lower the opacity on these parts. But on Vader, let that sit there and maybe play with the blend if option. Let me see if I got anything I can show you guys. All right, we'll try this. This laptop does not like me using Photoshop on the screen. I don't know why. So we're on this, right? And I know we already got some pretty good casting because his lightsaber pack is on point, man. You got to play with that. But so let's say we do. Let's say we want to add some blue cast, right? We're gonna grab. That's probably still too bright. Let's go there, and let's the opacity flow. We'll play with that. We'll say that. We'll try that real quick. There's probably too much though. But we're going to take that there. Well, maybe let's undo that. Color, make this a little darker. Probably where it was. So see how we're getting that cast on him? It's making some blue. Now we can come through here. Be a little heavier maybe. Now it's washed out a little bit much, but we're on that same layer still, so we'll double click that layer, and we're going to do a little blending if, and there you have it. So what we're doing here is this is the underlying layer. It's going to bring some of the darks back up from the underlying layer, and it's going to pull that light and make it look like it's actually falling on him instead of just a big paintbrush blotch on top of him. And so that's poor man's way of doing it, but it can work. So you play with that blend if option, a nice light paintbrush, and there you have it. That looks pretty decent. I think the cast off is a little more than it needs to be because we added that there, but that's before I did it and after I did it. So
yeah, I don't think you're the only one that find photoshopping lights, after the fact hard.
It's not easy. But it's something I've learned over the past few years. So
yeah, like when you look at even like Star Wars, like Disney themselves, like they can't do that in their movies. But when you go back and you watch all the old stuff, there's no light casting from the lightsaber, and it looks really unnatural sometimes.
Yeah.
But when you look at some of the newer stuff, like they actually use a light up lightsaber in all of their shots to have the lightsaber cast realistic lighting on the actors. That's the only way to get realistic looking lighting is to actually have light. So photoshopping it in after the fact is always going to be tough, so
Yeah, so Crimson's pitching you
Yeah.
Ulanzi mini RGB lights. They're not bad, but I had I think Nomad or T one of the Predator guys I work with. He had one of them catch fire. So just be aware of that when you're using it. Have a fire extinguisher. I don't know if that was just a one-off, but I know a photographer had that happen. So I wouldn't leave the room with them on, and I would make sure you have a fire extinguisher or something if that is the case. Another brand that makes some affordable lights though is Newer. That's Neewer. They're relatively affordable. Um, I know they got an RGB one that they just put out too, so might be something else to look into. I have some Newer lights, but they're plug-in. They're not US. They're not
Battery.
rechargeable. They're actual USB plug-in.
Yeah.
My wireless ones are all Lume Cubes. I figured if I'm
So
going to do that, I'm going to commit the money and get something I know is going to be adequate. I'm
yeah,
sorry, Harry.
you definitely have to invest in lighting for sure. Um, like any kind of lighting, any RGB sort of panel will do the trick. So yeah, it's highly recommended. So
Yeah. This is
my God,
JP Rex, man. Look at this. Look at this. This is some great work
this is
here.
epic.
JP Rex
Yeah.
using that Hammond Jurassic Park from Mattel, that T-Rex. I've seen another T-Rex somebody's using as well. That's not. It doesn't have these joint lines. It looks even better, and I don't know what that one is, but I'm tempted to go to Target and get this. You can find these at Target. They're apparently really big. They're like $50 for these T-Rexes. So I'm considering it just because I'd like some monsters other than aliens. I like this whole shot. I feel that you probably want to cut this with a little. This blue has got. You want to cut this with a little bit of white to make it more realistic as far as moonlight goes. I mean, your blue is going to be your predominant light source. You're going to have that like at the higher. How do you put this? So if I were using this Lume Cube, for example, it's got a percentage based on how much light it's pushing out, right? 100% to 1%. I would have the blue be the brighter of the two lights, so that casts the overall mood, and then I would put a low, like maybe just up to 5%. Then even that might be a little too hot, but like 1 or 5% white light to just kind of cut into that a little bit and desaturate this a little bit. Other than that, I think this is a great shot. Just desaturate this a little bit, get some. Where's your actual moonlight from? Right now, this looks like you're shooting it in dark with no moonlight. Let's have some moonlight. Let's have something that gives you more than just a flat blue, right? You definitely want to utilize all that you have for you. So get some moonlight in there, by using a low powered white, or maybe even a warmer light. You can try that. It won't hurt either way. Just a matter of playing with it. The other thing I would suggest is your blending on these tail lights is a little off. They're just really hard lines here. I would have played with the blending modes because you want this more of a softer transition between this. You're going to do this like a lightsaber. You're going to do your middles is going to be white, and then you're going to use like a linear add or linear dodge or color dodge red, and you're going to paint that in there. So
and then it should cast a little bit of red on to the dinosaur.
Yeah, so take your red paintbrush like I just showed you with the lightsaber and the blue. Just take a red paintbrush and make a big splotch, and then blend so it falls off into the darker parts. So actually, blend is a great way for it to follow the folds and whatnot of the subject instead of just being a flat color effect. So.
Other than that, though, like this is an awesome shot. I love the setup. I love the composition.
The rain looks good too.
Yeah,
even though I know that's photoshopped, it looks pretty good. So, JP Rex, let's see. Yes, I need to work with the lights more. Couldn't get it right. We'll try with future shots. Thanks, guys. Oh no, man.
Awesome, dude. No, like this is still really, really great.
This is really great, man. But we're just trying to help you make it even better next time. So I love that you can see the eye, though. The eye is lit up really well.
Yes.
So good stuff there. But and yeah, see, you got some kind of light showing you the highlights here, but it got lost in the blue somehow. So you want to bring that back out.
It looks like the background is composited in, I believe. because when you look at like the back, like the top back of the T-Rex, you can kind of see a little bit of a masking thing going on there, I think. So yeah, when you have the background like that, and you can see the highlights on the railing, that's a really good like indicator as to where your light source should be coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so just match that next time.
Yeah. Ben is saying that he would like me to do an actual video of me applying the acrylic. So I got Arena Boba Fett coming in. I don't know if he's going to have any pleather. If he does, maybe I'll try to make sure to do a video putting that on his belt or something, which is probably the only thing that might have pleather. I'm not positive. But all right, so the background. All right, so this is perfect.
Oh, okay,
right.
okay.
So the background's a monitor, right? So this is telling you where to put your lights. Then your light source for this, if you look at the wiring, is your light source is coming from this side over here, pointing
Yep,
kind of down and
from
going
top
that way.
down a little bit. Yep.
So bring some white. In fact, it's a perfect excuse to keep that light in the eye. You get the eye already lit. Bring that white and just kind of cut that down. And obviously, you don't want it completely white because you want to keep this blue. I mean, you got this
Yep.
blue here. So, but you want to cut this saturated blue. You want to add like that, just that, here's a light source in this darkness and try to keep it all going. It's tricky. It's going to take, more than one try probably to get it right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still working with it. I
Oh
can't
yeah,
100%
me
hit it
too.
every time, but
Me too.
I did get lucky, and we're going to go to here real quick and show you where I feel like I really got lucky with it. Is this one here? So this is a white hitting me here and cutting through this blue, and of course then I used another filter in Lightroom and it turned out more greenish. But there's white in there, and that's what's lighting these features on top of this blue. So it's just you got to play with it and bring out those subtle differences. Is all. But anyway, it's a great shot though. It's a great start. When I
Yeah.
first saw a thumbnail for it though, I was like, wow, this is gonna be cool. I can't wait to talk about it. And we had a lot to talk about, so it was great. I love it. Here we have the Alpha Raptor who is not here today. He loves his dinosaurs and that poor snail.
Yeah.
Poor snail.
This is a fun one. I like this one. I feel like I feel like the composition could be a little bit better, but I think it's just so fun. Like two raptors looking at the snail, going, what the hell is this thing? Yeah, it's just fun, and yeah, and the lighting is great. You have natural lighting outdoors, so you can't really go wrong with that. And then yeah, I honestly like the shot. Yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah, I dig this. I
Oh,
dig this a lot.
here's Trevor with a
It's
great
Trevor,
tip.
man, with a great point, a great help here.
Yeah.
So JP Rex, Trevor, who I would listen to, if he's got anything to say, I would definitely listen. He's talking
Yes.
about a great way to reproduce night as a large blue light source and a smaller, less bright white light for moonlight, which is
Yes.
kind of what I was saying, but I wasn't getting the size. But yes, a hotter blue and then a weaker white. So if you don't have the size, you can play with the different intensities of the light, and that will work. It probably wouldn't work as well as what he's telling you though, because but I don't have the bigger lights to try that. But I'm pretty sure that what he's saying is probably more accurate than what I was saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely play with that. As far as Alpha Raptor goes, man, Alpha Raptor, I love these shots, man. These are great. It's a nice sunny day out here. The only, I don't know how you can address it. The only thing is it, I think it's a cute little scene, but they're obviously toys, and that's the only problem is that they're obviously toys. I don't know exactly what you would want to do to bring that into more of a cinematic feel. I mean, obviously play with lighting, but what specifically? Maybe diffuse the sunlight somehow. Get a diffuser to kind of cut down that light and or angle it. Play with a little bit of shadows. We're gonna go back to my page here. I don't do a lot of outdoor stuff, but I did one, and I think I worked around the outdoor pretty well. I'm not saying it's the only way to do it, but this is the way I did it. And when I get down to it, when Instagram stops telling me how fast I can scroll, Jesus, there it is. So, all right. So I shot this at 12 noon in the daytime outside, no immediate shade or anything, right? And when I first brought him out there, man, he was just getting blown out. The top of his head was just pure, just fire, white, hot, just sun. And I knew that was going to be a problem at noon. So I grabbed, I don't have one, well, I have a white one here, but I grabbed a black one of these. Just a black poster board. And I actually just kind of put it partway over his head. So the sun wasn't able to hit everywhere. It was able to hit where I told it to, and what I wanted was just to bring out the back a little bit and then put the rest in a more controlled environment so I can catch lines and shadows and not be blown entirely out. So that's the way I accomplished getting this, outdoorsy shot, but able to control my lighting. Not saying that's the only way to do it. Obviously, there are other ways you can do it, but something you may want to try in the future to maybe bring a little bounce card, or bring a bounce card and a what do they call the ones for the black? You know the term for it?
Yeah, I don't know the term for it.
We'll bring a black one out there, something that you can soak up light and keep it from bouncing around, something you can kind of shade the object with, play around with that. Just bring out a couple of these poster boards. Oops, I'm gonna knock over my dudes. Bring out a couple poster boards and control that light. See what you can do. See what you can do with it. And I think that's gonna make your stuff step up and make it look more than just flag. Yeah, thank you, flag the light. Thank you, Big Dog Pound. But flag a little bit more on this light, and I think it's going to add a much more cinematic feel to this. Where I love the pose, I love what you're going for here. I just, I think that if we can kind of wrangle in that light a little bit, dude, you're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah,
so, and of course some aerosol. Always.
Oh yes.
Aerosol. So yeah, great stuff, Alpha Raptor. I like it. I like it a lot. Trevor was saying. Let's see. Oh yeah, so he's talking about the black, the blues and stuff. He says especially something you can direct with a snoot or a barn doors for the moonlight. Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Definitely. All right. 1/6 Legion, man. You hit me up with this today. Look at this, man. This. Wow.
Yeah, I can't tell if this is like.
Is this cosplay lighting or is this a toy?
Yeah. Like this looks like real natural lighting.
Yeah, he's outdoors with this, man.
Yeah,
he's gotta be. He's gotta be.
Yeah.
Wow. This has to be outdoors. If it's not outdoors, I'm eating my feet right now. I'm gonna.
Yeah, because like that's perfect recreation of outdoor lighting if this is done indoors.
You know what this gets me? Perfect. This reminds me of is like Boba Fett on Smallville.
Like, yeah.
It's like he's on a farm.
It does look like Kent Farm.
He's on Kent Farm properties in Kansas. I have nothing I could really add to you here, 1/6 Legion. This is
me either. This is beautiful.
The light is so, and this is what I'm talking about. So he didn't necessarily, he may or may not have flagged the light and or bounced it around, but what he did do is he waited till more of a evening hour where the sun's not directly over the head. We do know that from the lighting in the sky.
Golden hour here.
And it looks like he's using that golden hour because it looks like the sun's kind of on this side and the hottest points here in the front.
Yep.
Facing that sun. So he's utilizing that. There might be a bounce on this backside to keep this lit, but he's utilizing the time of day. If you can't utilize the time of day, then that's when you really want to pull out the other cards and stuff and really, tell the sun what to do. But this stuff right here, man, this is what it's all about right here, man.
Perfectly lit.
Yeah, I can't. There's nothing I could say. I mean, this looks like a person. Yeah. 1/6 Legion, congrats, man. Congrats.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Harry, you got anything else to add there, or we're gonna move on?
No, yeah, like perfect lighting is all I have to say. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Like all the details on like even like the hose, like it has a metallic look on it. It looks really good.
It's beautiful. This isn't my shot, Ben, but I'm sure 1/6 Legion appreciates it.
Yeah.
Let's move on here. What we got here? This is the Alpha Raptor again. It's got some Kong and a bug.
Is that a real bug?
I don't know. It's a leafy bug.
I think that might be a real bug.
If it is, it's a sun dried bug. I don't know.
Yeah, wow.
What bugs are sun dried?
That's pretty cool.
That is cool, man. That is pretty cool. Do you want everything you say about the actual picture though, and its entirety, or just the bug?
Yeah, I think the background looks a bit like bright daylight, but it's dimmed down.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's actually matching the lighting with Kong very well here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing that's standing out to me because
Yeah.
it looks like when you look at the trees, it's encasted in shadow. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like most of Kong should be in shadow in the
Yeah.
front. But this looks like there's a light coming from the top. So I feel like that's the main thing that I'm seeing.
Well, he could be in a clearing, but I think. Ooh,
He could
wow.
be in the clearing, yeah. That's also true.
We got the booty bots. Let me
Booty butts.
move.
Always one of those.
I don't know what I'm doing here. So report. We'll report it to.
Reported to the YouTube police.
I don't know what I'm doing. I've
Nothing.
just I would just put user in timeout, remove, sure, whatever does it. I don't know.
Banned.
There's no ban, unfortunately. I wish there was.
There should be. Yeah.
As a put user in timeout. So yeah, I'm agreeing with everything you're saying here. This background is not working with this picture now. To me, it's not even so much like the brightness. I feel like this is a flat like cutout. I don't think it's a monitor because I think the whites would be brighter.
Yes. Maybe.
I mean, unless he's really
Maybe
nuke
his
the
monitor
whites
is
down.
dimmed down. Yeah.
Ooh, Daniel, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I think what would serve the best here is you have some foreground elements to help direct this storytelling a little bit. Because I mean, there's just nothing here in front of Kong to sell this background. He looks like he's in front of just a flat background, and you really need, in this particular instance, need some foreground elements to sell the background element. Maybe a couple extra like man-made trees or whatever in front of the camera. They can be bokeh out, but they need to be in front of it. So maybe like one here and one there, and just playing with that. But if you can't do that, then I would have chosen a different background, something we can get some more light to bring him into it. Because right now he looks like he's just sitting in front of it. Kong himself, though, I think is lit very well.
Yeah.
But not for the background.
Yeah.
So good stuff, Alpharetta, though. Daniel says, good morning, all. I work at the moment. I will have to watch later tonight. I just picked up a 70mm Sigma macro lens and will test tonight.
Nice.
Dude,
that should look really good.
I hear nothing but good things with Sigma. I haven't personally bought any, but I have seen people review them and whatnot. And they like the Sigmas. And if you're using a crop sensor, that 70mm is probably perfect. It's probably the perfect, it's a macro lens. It's probably the perfect focal length to really do some good photography with it. So can't wait to see what you do with that, Daniel.
Yeah, gonna look really good.
Pablo, something is throwing me off in the hand. Fingers look really extended. My eye is getting drawn. Let's look back at that.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that the hand is too far out from the wrist. Maybe something with a joint. Yeah, but that's probably the figure though.
To get that angle and yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like the toy is limited itself though. It's nothing to do with the posing. Yeah, it's just a toy.
Yeah. Can't win at all, Can't win at all. Here's Alpha Raptor, and he's got he's got Moff Gideon asking Grogu, does he want to play the Rancor or the ATST, man? Which you want to play with today? Here's another example though. I'm trying to get the background to work with the foreground, and you got some elements here to help put him in the background a little bit because Grogu is not on the same plane as Moff Gideon or anything like that. But really, this light here, as I mentioned before, and I'm not saying this is the end all be all, but let's bring up. I gotta scroll up now. Let's bring up this guy because I like this one's the best way to sell it. This guy is in nothing. He's in front of nothing but a monitor, given this background. And the way we're selling that is we're letting some of this light wrap around a little bit further than we're exaggerating that light on around his shoulders and stuff to bring him into that background. So when you're doing this here, you got this room light. In fact, this room light's going to continue, so you would have some light coming down and hitting this side, making sure it's trying to match the colors of this. So it doesn't look like you have a light source to substitute for this behind him. So you're depending on this monitor to light up his back and not adding any of your own light to it that would be the color that you need. And I think that's where you need to come in and add your own light source so that you determine that white and not let this monitor determine it for you. So you want a cool white light on this back that's looking like it's coming from this monitor here, or well, these lights behind him. And then you want to over accentuate that wrap around a little bit, just a little bit on the sides for this light source. Because remember, this light is going to continue down this hallway and be lighting straight. I mean, Grogu's lit on the top of his head. So you're going to have some of that white, right here. Just have it come straight down in front of him and stuff. It's going to be lighting more than just his back. He's still in that hallway. So what do you got there, Harry? I might have talked all through it. I'm sorry.
No, I think I agree with most of the things you're saying. The light should continue to the front, so his front should be light up a little bit more, and also I feel like there should be some rim lights casting from the lights up top there in the back. But I think it's close. It's almost there. It's not completely, like it doesn't completely take me out, so it's pretty close. And also, I feel like the light that you used on Moff and Grogu here are a little bit too warm. And when you have the background is like really, really cool.
Yeah, because this is a cool light back here. This
really
is not
cool.
a warm light.
Yeah. So that's the one thing that's throwing it off. And other than that, I think that the story is there. The poses are fun, and I like how he was able to get that reflection of the light on the actual floor. I think he's using an actual floor that Moff is standing on. So that's cool that you were able to get that. Yeah.
He probably masked in that floor from brought it in here and just like duplicated it and made it bigger or something and masked it in.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he did. It could be a reflective floor that he's using. And it's getting the reflection pretty perfectly there.
Yeah, it's good stuff though. But you want a nice cool light from in the front going straight down.
Yeah.
In between him and Grogu, so it casts some of that light on both sides. And then you also want to wrap some around his shoulders and stuff here.
Yep.
But you want to keep that cool white. You don't want a warm white like you're using right now. You want that yellow. You want that blue in the white. So good stuff though. I like the theme here. I like what you got going on there. PL Toy Box, man.
Pablo again.
Pablo, we're gonna have you on next week, dude. It's gonna be awesome. I don't even know what this figure is, but it looks pretty cool. Steam powered.
Yeah.
What? Awesome head sculpt.
For some reason, it looks like Majin Vegeta, but a skeleton.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Okay, I'll just not.
Yeah, it's Dragon Ball. It's this arc with Majin Buu when Vegeta was controlled by Majin Buu, and he's got the M on his forehead, or not Majin Buu, but Babidi, and he's got the M on his forehead. So it looks like Vegeta, but I don't think this is the same. Hey man, Dragon Ball sick.
Oh man.
Yeah, for people who know Dragon Ball, I think you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it doesn't seem like this is
moving on. Okay, Dragon Ball, sure, right. What do we think about the picture though? What do we think about the picture?
I think for the most part I like it. I just feel like he might be a little bit blown out, in my opinion. Like there's just a bit too. It is, yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, because I'm like that hair and the M on the forehead. That's straight up Vegeta. But that's interesting. I didn't know that existed. It's very cool.
Oh, it's a custom head sculpt, man. If you read the description, awesome head sculpt by steam powered mum, or I don't know,
powered mum.
Yeah. An amazing paint application too. So it's a custom head sculpt.
Okay. Yeah, it's a super cool idea, super interesting concept for the character. It's like Majin Skull Vegeta, but he's a samurai. So that's interesting. But yeah, in terms of the shot, yeah, I just feel like he might be a little bit blown out. What's Dragon Ball?
I don't think it's a problem at all. I think it just needs to be cropped in
more. Unacceptable, Daniel.
I think Dragon Ball is cropped in a little bit more. I think that's what the All this really needs is a little bit tighter crop.
Okay. Yeah.
Either portrait mode, this way, or cut them off at the waist and do a letterbox mode. That's up to you which way you want to do it. But there's a lot of empty space here that's not really being sold by what you got going on here.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but I understand Mr. Pablo. He likes to, get all of his setup, in his shot, and I understand. You don't want to waste all of that effort that you did, right? But yeah, I do agree with Moss. I feel like the composition could be a bit more interesting. It's not bad, but it could be a bit more interesting.
Yeah. You get some stronger work though, Pablo. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that. I like it, but I think you got some stronger work. So we'll move on. Here's the BTS for Darth Matter.
Darth Matter.
Let's go to the actual shot though first. You tell me you didn't link that? There it is. That should be his. Yeah.
Oh,
that's the actual shot.
Sick.
I like this Azrael Batman. What is this? Is this McFarlane or is this something else? McFarlane Toys. All right.
Okay.
Contrast is what Trevor was saying. Just too much light evenly distributed over the figure. He wants more contrast as far as that.
I think he's talking about Pablo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree. It could use that as well. But
yeah,
McFarlane, Darth Matter, man. This is a great shot, man. Let's go look at awesome behind the scenes of this real quick.
I love the pose on that too.
Yeah. So you got the Loom Cubes, you got this aerosol. I need to filter off my own little thingy there, man.
Man, I need to get one of those freaking setup because I just can't keep vaping. It's not just the fact that
you longer after a while, right?
Yeah, right? And it's not just the fact that it's hurting my throat. It's just that like I get so lightheaded by the time I'm done with the shot, and I'm just like I don't want to edit the shot anymore. I just want to lay down and sleep.
Yeah, this is a great shot. This is a great way to cut ahead of the line here too, because you get your video as a newer post than shot. But no, I love everything about this, man. You got some great lighting here. You're zeroed in on the actual figure. You weren't afraid to cut off any of the other stuff he was sitting on. So he's definitely the focus of it. I think the light is very evenly done. There's no one part where it says, "Hey, I'm a plastic toy," but there's also a nice definition from all the light that you got there. Your lines that you want to show are showing versus the ones you don't want to show. I think I don't see anything I could say about this. Harry, is there anything you could help him with? I mean,
no, me neither. Yeah, this is honestly a really, really, really good shot. And the lights are perfectly, lit. You get rim lights in there that I love, and he's lit up really well from the front. And the pose, I think, is great. He looks intimidating. He looks imposing, and the angle works perfectly with that pose.
I want to give a shout out to Emerson Ford for coming in tonight. Thanks so much, man. Have a good night. Catch it on the rewind if you want, if you feel you might have missed some stuff. But thanks again for tuning in, man. Have a great night.
Thank you, sir. Have a great night.
Yeah, I love this Darth. This is a nice one. I'm really happy with this one. Let's see.
Yeah, nice figure.
Yeah. So yeah, Pablo, we're not saying that was a bad shot. Just we're obviously just here to. And here's JK again tagging me. He's not participating. Who is it? This is 616 Photos.
There we go, Andrew again.
Andrew using that fugitive predator, man.
I thought you're not a fan of.
Yeah, I hate the biomask.
For some reason, I love it. I love this design. Honestly, I think it's one of the better ones. It just looks more alien, I guess, more high tech compared to some of the older. I love classic Predator and everything, but
what always bothered me about the biomask is this looks like a bottle opener here on the front. Like when they show it in the case before he puts it on, and they're like, a different mask. And I'm like, look, he's got a bottle opener for a nose.
Hey, maybe he loves his alcohol. He's got to have that on hand.
It just looked kind of cheesy. Like it was like, oh, what can we do different to make it our own mask, but yet keep that.
I like it though. Yeah, I'm getting like Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat 5, and I love that design. So yeah, I actually like this design. I think it looks good.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go with the picture though. What do we got for the picture?
I mean, it's Andrew always killing it with all the Predator shots. I don't think I have anything negative
I
to say
remember when
about this
Andrew
one,
though
to be
was
honest.
straight up more about Star Wars shots.
Yeah,
I've
yeah, and
known
how he's
Andrew
doing.
longer. I remember back in the day.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't know what a
yeah.
predator was.
But he's killing it with all the predator shots. Like this shot is great. I don't know if I have anything negative to say about this. The
No,
only thing is the blaster effect. I feel like it's a little bit unnecessary. I feel like
he's
you
about
didn't
to
need him.
fire it, man. Like if you go watch the
Yeah,
original
yeah.
Predator, man, it charges up for a second there on
I
that
guess so.
on
I
that
guess
shoulder,
so.
and then
Yeah.
it pulses out. I've never found a good effect I can use for that, so I'm kind of
Mhm.
jelly because that's a nice one.
Yeah.
I've
But
never been
with
able to
that
Google the
though,
proper search term to find that plasma blast
yeah.
effect. You know, just
But
wasn't able to
with
find.
that though, right? Like that should cast a little bit of blue. I feel like on the dreads
Sure,
and some on the
sure,
shoulder, maybe a
sure.
little bit. But other than
That'd
that
be
though,
what
like
the only
great
thing I
great
could
shot.
really say, you know, as well is to get that. I would maybe put a little bit more contrast on his armor though, just to
Mm.
just a little bit. But that's again, you know, I would have selected a subject and maybe uh unmasked his helmet because I think his helmet's got some good contrast. It's just here is a bit needs a little bit more contrast in my opinion, just to bring out some shadows and stuff in the armor. But other than that, I like it a lot, man. I love it. I love your
Yeah.
practical effects. You know,
Oh yeah.
your blood on the helmet.
He goes
Something I
all out
wouldn't.
with the practical effects.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to a hot toy, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I
that's
would
the Black
never.
Series, so that's fine. Great stuff, Andrew. Great stuff, man. What we got here? 98
Ooh,
Transformers. Is he
looks
tagging
like
12? I think he just likes to tag me. Let me double check here. Yeah, he doesn't hashtag.
hmm.
So we'll move on. I don't want to call anybody out. Here you go, Harry man. Harry,
Hooray.
Harry. Let me hit the like button. Hell yeah. Um, I'm digging this.
I think it's just funny that like the bike looks way too small for him. Like he's just on
Yeah,
like a toy bike. Yeah, I think it's just fun. I don't know if that's intentional, but if it
it's
is,
like
like yeah, I love that. It's fun.
it's as if you know Shriners were pink and they rode motorcycles instead of carts. You know, like little cart cars. That's what it is. It's a Shriner convention, but
Mhm.
you know they're bug and pink and they're riding motorcycles instead of their little cart cars. They just need the fez to be complete. So Harry, if you got some fezzes you can put on this guy, that'd be awesome. Lighting though, you know, otherwise I like what you're doing here. I even like the little, you know, you get the flare on the bling, which is worked out really well. Nice
Mm.
use of that flare there. Um, yeah, you got your pretty decent depth of field, very shallow depth of field actually, considering
Yeah,
how the fall off is from the shoulder to the hand. But
yeah.
um, I like it though. I like it a lot. I
Mhm.
love how his face is like the first thing and the only thing you really focus on. The rest is just kind of like you absorb it eventually, but you kind of get lost in the face
Yep.
along with the green eyes. So it's a good shot. I like it.
Yeah, I like the shot.
Harry?
No, that's basically it. Yeah, it's really well lit, and I love the composition is great, and it's just fun. You know, he's riding on his little motorcycle. Yeah, it's fun. I love the shot.
All right, Darth, I'll get to you in here in a minute. Let me go back
Cutting in
over here.
line, Darth.
He's cutting in line. Is it? Yeah.
Is that the one? Yeah, Jason.
Ooh, that's a nice looking vehicle.
Ooh.
Cutting in line. Look at that. Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Cool guy.
I like what you got going here, but you need something else in the background. There's just too much of blank black space here. I mean, you're filling up so much here with these other elements. You got tombstones and moss and tombstones and moss and tombstones and I don't know what this is, but you know, here's
Vine.
where you can bring your monitor and just put some woods or something back there on the monitor back in there in the back. I think it's far enough. You got enough foreground elements to sell whatever you do there, so much as you can match up some lighting with that. But just get put your computer monitor back there or something with a wooded background, maybe some moonlight shining through the trees, and then you can add some light on the behind, to bring out the backside of this to give this a rim light, and you'd be set. I think that's all it misses is just this black space here. What do you think, Harry?
Yeah, I think you're correct. I feel like there are quite a bit of blank space there. So I think it will be beneficial if you just kind of play around with the angle a little bit. Maybe do camera low, looking up uh, onto his right, so that you get rid of a little bit of that blank space on camera left there.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I really like the direct. I like this enough to want to keep that
Okay.
to
Yeah,
keep
then
that angle.
maybe
I
yeah, then
like how
maybe
this
just
came
punch
out.
in a little bit more. Yeah, if that's
Yeah.
the case.
I don't
But
know.
other
Yeah,
than
you
that,
can
yeah,
always crop it in, and just find something. Go back in your backyard and just pick a branch with some leaves on it. Just something to put back here. It's gonna be bulked out enough that scale isn't gonna be your worst enemy.
yeah,
Depending on what you find, maybe a weed that probably work best. Some leafy weeds, maybe some poison ivy. I don't know, just something
poison
kind of
ivy. Yeah,
smaller.
just grab it
Um,
with your bare hands.
you just put that back there and give it some kind of wooded look to it. That's all you really need to do. So if you want to stay
Yeah,
practical, just go in the backyard or something and pick some sticks with some leaves on it and just throw it back there. It's far enough back there. You're not really lighting it. It's just there to kind of fill that black with something
yeah,
that will be bulked out and soft, and it'll just bring out the whole scene, I think.
yeah.
So,
Lighting
but
is
thanks
great
for
though.
cutting the line, Darth. And we'll move on because we got so many more to go, man. We got
A
Darkwing
lot this week.
Collections with this golden armor Wonder Woman. Um,
Hmm.
this
Which
is
one?
this is nice, but I'm gonna go first on this one
Yeah, I
here.
was gonna ask if you want to go first. Yeah.
Um, the whites or whatever color is kind of like a teal, but whatever you're hitting her here with is too harsh. You wanted to diffuse this. This is causing too much plastic effect on her
Yes.
face.
Yes.
Um, so you need to diffuse this. Maybe instead of hitting her directly with whatever this light source is, bouncing it. Let's see if we got a BTS or something.
Yeah. Just
Maybe
bounce
black
it or
and
softbox.
yeah. So yeah, you don't really have a BTS or anything, so I can't tell what you're doing there. But whatever this light source is that's hitting her face, you want to bounce that instead of hitting her directly
Yeah,
with
it's
it.
a bit too harsh. Yeah.
Because I know her face can. I know I'm going to go to my picture of her real quick. I know her face can handle. You know, if you light it properly, it doesn't give you that plasticky effect. I think I have her on this profile. Might have been my old one.
Your hacked one?
It might be in my hacked one.
Huh.
Oh, there she is. Um, I'm not close enough in, but you notice I
Yeah.
don't have the plasticky look on her face, right? So, um, yeah, I'm not really close enough in. This is let me go here and go find it here because then I can zoom in. That was me making noises. It was fun.
Yeah. That's what you get when you join the live stream. You get weird noises from
Wow,
us.
that didn't really come in anymore, but see how this looks more like a skin tone than a
Yeah. Yeah.
plasticky. I mean, even though I'm hitting her with some pretty hot light, it's diffused. It's not coming in with a like just hot, heavy light. We're diffusing it so it's not giving you that plastic reflective tone. Um,
Yeah.
these highlights are making her face look plasticky instead of real. So just got to play with that a little bit there, buddy, and we'll get you straight, man. The only other thing I would work on is this pose is a bit stiff, and I know you want to do that hand on her hip thing. Maybe I don't know. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, I think so. But then again, with a pose like that, you kind of have to play around with the whole body too, not
Yeah,
just the arm. So like her hip should be, tilted, but I feel like you can't really do that with this figure since it's a whole big chunk of plastic there. So
yeah.
your articulation is going to be hindered a little bit.
I'd pull mine out and try to pose it for you, but she's back in the back of that display. I don't know if I'm
Mm,
big enough, you know.
yeah, no,
Uh,
that's fine.
but no, you want to take full advantage of her leg postures to help sell this.
Yeah,
And if you can bend this even tighter and put this hand up on the hip instead of here,
yeah,
that could sell that a lot better too. But I'm not positive that the figure can pull that off. But yeah, I would definitely work on this white. The way it's hitting her face, it's casting plasticky highlights, and you
yeah.
need to diffuse that somehow so it
Yep.
doesn't do that.
Softbox will do you some good, and or just bounce light or bounce card. Yeah.
Um, let me see. There's been some comments I think here. Adrian, can I get some tips on a photo that I used Photoshop on for the first time? Adrian, sure, man. Tag me. Um, we'll get you straight. We'll get you straight. Um, need more Atmo.
Yeah, practical shots are always
Yeah.
great. I love practical effects. So good.
They're not easy to do though. They're not easy to
Yeah,
do.
it's a lot of setup.
Star Wars photographer. Sick 'em, Harry.
Hmm.
That's my way of saying you get.
I think I get the idea here, but I feel like the Vader or whoever in the back there is completely lost. So you can't really tell what's happening in the scene. So that's the main issue that I have right now.
I
It's just
honestly didn't know there was a Vader there until you said that.
yeah. At first I'm like, what is
I'm
he
not trying to be mean,
looking
but I
at?
didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. But then I'm like, okay, there's something there, so it's gotta be Vader. I feel like this might be better if you have focus on Vader himself instead of Luke. I see what you're going for, yeah, but you're completely losing Vader, so you don't really know what's happening. So I would have focus on Vader and have Luke be bokeh out. That way you can still tell that it's Luke because he's so close to the camera. Um, but yeah, that's the only thing that's standing out to me.
See, I would approach this shot entirely differently than way, and it would be my own shot, of course, at this point. It wouldn't be this shot, but
Mhm.
the way I see this shot in my head is in the foreground, you just have like part of his hand and the lightsaber out to the side and glowing
Yeah,
blue, and then your focus is pretty much on Vader, and you just get in the foreground a bokeh out lightsaber, blue
yeah,
lightsaber,
yeah, that works too.
approaching Vader. That's where I
Or
see it in my head, though. Um,
mhm.
as to
or
this
if
picture, sorry, go
oh
ahead.
sorry, yeah, no, you go ahead, you go ahead.
I was going to say, as to this picture, if you're sold on this particular shot, then the only thing you can really do is increase your aperture because you're
Yeah,
only at 5.6. You're going to need to come up to like an f, like double that at least, probably
yeah,
probably even
even
triple
more
that,
than that. Yeah,
f18, f20, somewhere around there,
yeah.
and bring down that shutter speed because you're going to be,
I don't know why the shutter speed is so.
he's probably handheld, so it's
Yeah, it's
probably.
probably handheld. Yeah,
Um, but you put it on a tripod, bring down that shutter speed so you can get that aperture out there, and that way your focal plane's not so drastic. I mean, you're going to still have fall off. Vader's going to still be boked out, but we're going to be able to tell what Vader is. Because right
yeah,
now, I was being serious when I told Harry, it's like I just now noticed Vader was there. I didn't.
yep,
He did not spit out to me immediately until Harry
yeah.
said, "No, that's Vader."
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
like, oh hey shit.
yeah.
But yeah, I think maybe a good example if you can go to my Maul and Qui-Gon shot.
Hold
I
on.
think
Let
it's
me get to you because I've been
for sure,
focused on
for
me this whole time.
sure. No, no worries, no worries.
Um,
Sibit, Sibitimina.
which
Yeah,
one are you going?
if you can go down to the mall, that the one on the left there.
That's here.
Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of the same idea, but you have focus on whoever's in the background instead, but you can still make out what's in the foreground because he's so close, to the lens.
Yeah,
So
but
I
you
think
get this weird. This is not my favorite shot of yours. Like whatever's going on here has created like a halo effect.
I think that's actually still his costume there, I think. And then there's just that lens flare going on there. That's the only thing. I
Hmm.
feel like with this shot in particular, I feel like I can even punch in a little bit more. I should have punched in a bit more
Yeah,
so he can be a little bit off to the side.
yeah.
But yeah, it's the same idea, right? Like you
Mhm.
wanna have focus on what's in the background instead of the foreground for that shot.
Rock on, rock on.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you have it. Star Wars, and then Adrian has tagged me again. So let me go here. Let Adrian cut in line here. That's no, that's not Adrian. Where's Adrian? Boom. Got a Cthulhu in Davy Jones's outfit. Is that what that is? Um,
So I assume the Photoshop that he was talking about is the flame effect.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, for the most part, I think it looks fine. I don't know what blending mode you're using. I'm gonna assume that it's screen. Um,
Hold on, I'm going back to that. Just give me a second.
yeah,
I'm
for
going.
sure.
open another. Come on. Open a new tab. All right. There you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I think the flame looks okay. I think it's believable. I just think that it needs to cast more lighting. It just comes down to that again. If you're
Yeah.
gonna add a light source into your scene, you have to accommodate that with lighting.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, yeah, if it doesn't emit any light on the figure, it just feels like you pasted that on. So
Which is where you're really coming into here. You can see it kind of pasted in there. And the reason why I was bringing this up is so I can bring up. I recently did something similar with this here,
yeah, that looked a lot more natural.
and see how I got that light cast on here. But the other thing I did is I took the
Oh,
same
there's a little
light
blur.
you're using. I added a little bit of blur to this flame, and then what happens when you do that is it becomes a bit more transparent. So I actually had to double it up. I did 2 layers of the exact same flame. One of
Yeah,
them's motion blurred a little bit, the other one's not. So it adds a bit more solidified, like it makes it more of a solid thing. It didn't become more transparent and look kind of weird.
yeah,
Then I took the masking tool and masked his fingers because this is another layer, right? I masked his fingers back in so they're on top of that fire. The only thing that I couldn't do was pull off the light, and I just really didn't want to bother at that point. I was just sick of dealing with it. There should be some more light on his pinky because this is the inside of this pinky,
yeah, 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 yeah,
so
yeah.
that fire should still be casting to light up that inside pinky. But I didn't go that far. But this is a little bit of Gaussian blur on the fire on one layer of the fire, not both. And then, like I said, I copy and paste into the fire twice so that the fire didn't become more transparent, which is what happens when you blur it. It becomes more of a transparent, and of course, the screen makes it more transparent. So these are
Yeah.
both blend mode screen, I think.
Hmm.
And of course, knowing that I was going to have this on fire in his hand, I lit up his face with the
Yep.
warm light
Yep.
initially when I took the shot. So,
Yeah. So the thing with flame is that it's constantly in motion, right? So I think adding like some sort of a directional blur to that might actually
yeah.
help
I
sell the
found
fact that it's
Gaussian blur works
actually
better because there's not
okay.
one particular direction. Each flame is kind of moving,
That's true.
granted, and upwards, but they're going out a little bit and up and all that kind of stuff. And I tried at first a motion blur because I was with you. I was like, it's going up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it looked
Exactly.
weird. So I did a Gaussian
Okay.
blur,
Okay.
not a strong one, just something to make it look like it had some kind of motion to it. Just
Yeah.
no discernible direction, but motion. So it wasn't
Yeah.
just still. So I think I had it at like a blur of maybe 6%. 6% blur
Yeah.
out of that might even be on the high side. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it
Mm-hmm.
was barely set in there,
Hmm.
and that's what I
Yeah.
did with
So
that.
yeah. So just play with that. Add some blur to your flame effect, and then just because like when you look at it, it's way too crisp compared
Mhm.
to the actual figure.
So
So
forget the
yeah.
lighting. I mean, don't forget it for right now because that's something you do need to address. But
Yeah.
your first issue is this is too crisp.
Yeah. Yeah. And then yeah, if you add in the lighting, I think it will really help sell that. So
Mhm.
just keep in mind.
Then you add a warm light, and you're going to
Yeah.
add it on this side. It's not going to really come out to that side, so maybe just the tips of the fingers and like in
Yeah.
between the fingers, like on mine.
Yep.
Um, so most of your light that you're going to be lighting him up is you're going to get a snoot and point it towards this and get a little bit of his face.
Yep.
That's going to cast off a little bit. You don't want a hard light here, but at this point, it's going to be falling off a little bit
Yeah.
because his
And
hand's
also
kind of far out there. It's not
yeah.
just right. Goblin, he's got it right there, like he's kind of hiding it from Spider-Man over his shoulder. So
Hmm.
in my shot, he's kind of got the fire right by his face. The fire's out a little bit more, and maybe you still want it hot here. Maybe you still want a bit more white, but
Yeah.
um, you definitely want most of your heat, lighting up all of this here. This is all going to be lit up
Yep.
by that flame, and it's going to come up to his face and light up half of the side of the face.
Yep.
But it's going to be falling off by that point, so it's not going to be as hot as over here.
Yep.
So
And also don't be afraid to just add some glow. If you
yeah,
have bright light source, just add some glow in there. Just
well,
add a new layer. Take your brush, go down to make it really soft and turn down the opacity a little bit. Yeah, and just tap in some glow on there.
is that a soft light? I guess it's kind of soft. He asked, he
Yeah,
says, so a soft light, and I was like, I don't.
it could be a soft light. Yeah.
it's situational, but you want to be very discreet. I mean, you don't want that light spilling past this halfway point because this is definitely on that side. It's not too much in the center, so it shouldn't be creeping over past this center of his face too much. So
yeah.
But no, dude, we all got to learn, man, and I'll definitely. I mean, I'm learning as I go. I mean, that was the first time I think I've actually had fire look natural, like any type of natural. I mean, I still think there's problems with it, but a lot of people think it does look like it's there. So I guess I'm just being very stingy with my, I'm my worst critic. So
yeah, usually,
a lot of comments though were like, very where is it? There was a lot of comments. I thought fire looks real, but I had people saying that to me. So that's how I did it though. So maybe that will help you in the long run, Adrian. Yeah. So I hope that helps. All right, back to we're on Michelangelo, Mark Walker, man. We got another shot from him. Miko.
Yeah, here's
Michelangelo. He's not Michael, guys. If you know your art history, it's Michelangelo. And he's been to Starbucks, so he's going crazy. He's got some caffeine going. Let's see what we got here. Oh, nice little BTS. He's got the Batman soundtrack, or is it the cereal? I don't know. The soundtrack because he's a record player.
Yeah.
That's rocking on, man. That's awesome. That was the first CD I ever got too. Was the Batman soundtrack. My first CD was Prince's Batman soundtrack.
Good choice.
My next CD was Dead Kennedys. Give me convenience or give me death, though. Let me see here. Daniel says, sorry, WW. I restricted my, I don't know what WW means. I restricted my lighting. I finally got some new lights from LumeCube. Hopefully my lighting and reflection will be better. Dude, it's a process, man. Don't be sorry.
We're all learning here.
Just keep learning. Just keep learning.
It's all trial and error. Right? Yeah.
Guys, make sure while you're here, man, hit that like button. And don't forget, by the end of the month, we're going to be done with the lightsaber package. So if you're not a member by the end of the month, you're not going to get a lightsaber package. And I'm going to go back here.
Go get in on that, guys.
And pitch that again. Here's a lightsaber from the lightsaber package. This is the blue. I used them on both, but I did modify it on this one to bring it out. So this is the one you should really look at because this is straight out of the package, not modified at all. Just fit, in the scene, and yeah, that's the package you get for being a member. So, $2.99 a month, you get that plus the wallpaper of the month. So, yeah, get on that, guys, if you're not a member already. And in a month, those lightsabers are gone.
Yep.
All right. So moving on, we got Mark Walker's Turtle. What do you think?
I don't know if I have anything negative to say. Like, it's just, again, Mark with his photos, just so dynamic, so fun. I love the story. It's so subtle. Just some, cups flying around. Tells the whole story about how he's hyper and he's just happy that he's got his Starbucks.
He's even dropped the pizza.
Yeah.
I'm pointing with my hand, but he's even dropped the pizza.
so many little details, and that's what I love about practical effects. You can't do this, with what I do. So hats off to Mr. Mark, always killing it with his setup. Amazing shot.
I like this. This is definitely a signature Mark kind of look to it. I would have added a little bit more atmosphere to it, though. But that's me. There's nothing wrong with it. This is just what I would have done. And that's because I like to go for that more cinematic feel, like this. That's the way I like to shoot. So this is just my opinion on the way I like to shoot. But there's nothing wrong with this light. Nothing wrong with it.
It works for this style. So yeah.
So if you like this style and this kind of look, then this is great. But if you this is a matter of me using an atmosphere type aerosol or vape and or fog machine. You don't have to do that though. There you go. Yeah. Beautiful. R3 Toys in the house, man. Lighting is something that you'll never totally master, and you'll learn more with every photo. It changes with every scene and every character. It does.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
It is a trip, man. Because if you go back to my very first photos, man, my lighting is garbage.
My photos used to be terrible, so bad.
These aren't my first photos, but let's go back to an early photo, okay? Oh, that's too big. Look at that. It's terrible.
I mean, it's not terrible.
Shut up, I hate it. All right, how about that?
I mean, I don't think it's terrible, but I'm like,
It's too dark. Everything's too dark.
But that's the style, right? Like that could pass for a style. And these looks amazing. Like all these lighting.
These aren't even the oldest ones, man. This is just as far back as I
these
can
look
go.
really, really good.
Shut up. I had a problem with underexposing a lot of stuff. Here we go. There. Way too dark. My posings were stiff. Pictures are too dark. This is a good, I did like this one though.
I kind of like all of them.
Yeah, you would. Traitor.
Traitor. You're horrible.
But yeah, I mean, lighting's a thing, man. You keep working at it, and eventually you get there.
Yeah.
Harry.
More
pink Mezco guys, man. And while we're looking at that, let's see. Ian says, "Truth, I do lighting for a living, and I'm still always learning." Dude,
oh, absolutely.
I want to do lighting for a living. Yeah, but yeah, I want somebody to tell me how to do it. I don't want to sit there scratch my head all the time. RFE Toys laugh my what off.
Yeah,
I like those. They are really cinematic.
Yeah, Arthur, he likes them too.
You guys are just trying to blow smoke. All right, man. Harry's got his Mezco army. What do you think of his army?
This is just super fun. Like everything that he's doing with all of these guys is just super fun. Like the amount of people he has on one frame together here, it's just crazy. Like I can never do anything like this with Hot Toys. So yeah, it's just super fun that he's able to set all these up.
Yeah. The only thing that's really bothered me is the fact that this background is obviously a screen background.
That's the only thing.
And a good, that's a learning process, man. You just got to remember to utilize the light in the background and try not to also make it such a big focal point. You want to have enough foreground elements where it kind of gets lost. It gets lost as part of that background if you can do that. But yeah, you just need to make sure that the lights that are coming from this are reflective in your shot here, so that they're being utilized to bring these into your foreground elements, or the lights in the background are there to bring in the foreground elements, so they're all tie it together. If you don't have all the lights, you can do that. You can also put some effects on top of both layers, and it will help bring them in like a photoshopped, just kind of a texturing effects or whatever. It'll help put the layers on top of each other. But if the blacks grayscale don't match, then there's still be something that's a little off, and the blacks are not quite there. They are not matching.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of playing around, man. But the figures look great, though. The pictures of the figures look great. We're not going to worry too much about the background. It's something you need to work with, though, Harry. What's up, Renz? How you doing, buddy? 616, the Predator killing a stormtrooper.
You can just tell that it's 616. I don't know. I don't think they have anything negative about say this one either.
No, this one's pretty solid. This is my favorite one he posted this week that I've gone over, man. Even though it's still the Fugitive Predator, this is a good one. He's got enough contrast in the armor and stuff. I don't feel like he's too flat as far as his shadows and stuff. It's really good stuff here. I like this one a lot, Andrew. Good job, man. I really don't have much to add to it, so I'm gonna just move along.
That stormtrooper it's gonna have a really bad day.
This is not part of this show. Let's move on. Pablo, man. Oh, I love this one. Did we go
this is fun.
Last week, right? No.
I don't remember doing this one.
They're kidnapping Gomez, man. He's in the trunk. That's awesome. I love
or he's about to bury him, I think.
Today. This is out of the ones
they're about to bury him.
Out of the ones we looked at today of your stuff, this is my favorite one so far.
Yeah, I think the story is really fun on this one.
Your background is matching the light, that it all works. Your lighting is working with this background, which obviously this can't be in camera. This has to be a screen or something. It's all So did a great job with that. Harry, I'm sorry, I cut you off if you had anything.
No, you're fine. Yeah, I think it's just fun. He's taking him out, or they're taking him out and about to bury him alive. Yeah, it's
this is the wallpaper I wouldn't mind having right here, man.
Yeah.
This is cool. I like this one. I mean, the lighting on these guys are on point, man. I love it. Pablo, this is awesome. Count Dooku, man. Star Wars toy Star Wars photographer. Count Dooku. This is a Black Series Dooku. Let me hit that like button. Harry, can you go ahead and go into this for a moment? I'm going to give you the con because I have to
For sure.
AFK for a second. So there you go.
Yeah, right off the bat, I'm very happy that he was able to get the red lighting casting from the lightsaber there. But then again, I feel like this could also be a shot that could benefit from the lightsaber pack because I feel like there's a weird outline from the glow there that shouldn't be there. I mean, there's another layer of glow outside of that, and that looks pretty good. But then there's still that weird, really harsh line, from that inner glow, and it's kind of throwing me off. That's the only thing that stands out to me the most. But other than that, yeah, like this is just a good, simple portrait shot. I do feel like maybe a little bit of rim lighting on camera left there could also help. But that's just me. Like, you know me, I'm super, super biased about my rim lighting. So yeah, that's the only thing. And then again, it's you're limited by the detail of the figure. It's not a hot toy or anything, so it's gonna be tough to get that, emotion out of his face. But for the most part, I think it works. And yeah, that's just about all I can say about this shot. Maybe even punch in a little bit more. Like I feel like on top of his head, there might be a little bit too much dead space. I know you want to get, the whole lightsaber in frame, but sometimes you don't really have to. You can just cut some of that out. You know that it's a lightsaber. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. Other than that, yeah, good job. I'm just really happy that you were able to get that red casting light on his face because a lot of people seem to miss that, which is fine. Like that's what I used to do as well. Like, I would just have a lightsaber in there and it wouldn't cast any light. And the more I look at it, the more I'm like, you know what? There has to be some sort of lighting coming from this thing because it just doesn't. It's just not realistic. Yeah. So it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be trial and error for sure. Yes. I guess we'll just have to wait for Moss to come back here. I have no control, over StreamYard here, or maybe I do. Maybe I can just check out the comment section really quick while Moss is gone. Let's see here. Here's our 3 toys. For anyone who wants to do real life photos, toy photography is great practice. I just had a sports portrait shoot in dimly lit gym, and the lighting practice from photography and toys helped a ton. Oh yes, I absolutely agree. It's so crazy that like if you do something on a smaller scale, it can totally translate to one-to-one scale real life situation. And for me, I'm a 3D artist, so a lot of times I do rendering, and my rendering skills used to be pretty bad, honestly. Like I had no understanding of lighting, but ever since I started doing toy photography, my rendering skills have improved quite a bit, and it's because I'm utilizing everything that I learned from lighting toys. Like it's crazy that your skills can just translate from one medium to another perfectly, and it's honestly really awesome. So yes, R3 toys. That's a really good point to point out.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, there he is. He's
Yeah.
back. I'm just going through some comments here.
All right. What do we get? Everything.
Yeah, I said what I needed to say about the shot. So we can
All right.
go over that next. But
I think you said all that needs to be said about it, man. So I'm gonna let it go with that.
yes, Trevor. Rembrandt lighting.
Yeah.
Rembrandt lighting is when you have a soft light coming from. It doesn't have to be soft, but just basically coming from the front, your key light, and then it casts like a little bit of a triangle right here on the other cheek, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what's called Rembrandt lighting. It's bread and butter, for portrait lighting. So you can always try that out as well.
Again,
Yes,
they're not
Trevor.
tagging me.
Vice versa as well. Yes.
All right, we got man like a predator here, man.
Falco.
Falco. Jungle Hunter, NECA Love. I'll go first since I let you do basically the whole one there.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
All right, so You got the jungle hunter here. Get your light coming off from this left side, and it's just going straight across here. Um, the pose is a little weird with the legs. It looks kind of like he's bow-legged.
It's an interesting one. It's an
Yeah,
interesting
it's a little,
pose. Yeah.
little just looks kind of weird. I would probably crop this out so you didn't need his legs at all. I would have cropped
Mm,
more of a. I would have done more of a landscape instead of a portrait shot here, and just cropped it in tight here, and that would have been a lot. I think would have worked better, especially with the pose these legs are. If I after the fact saw this shot, went, I would have just gone through and just cropped that out. I've been like, I don't like the legs. Let's crop that out. That's just me though. That's where I would have gone with it. Other than that, the lighting on him is not bad. Probably a little bit more contrast to it though, on this side.
yeah.
Just a little bit. It's a little washed out almost on him, but not entirely. It's not like totally overblown, but it is a little overblown, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But Harry, what do you got?
Yeah, I think the pose stuck out to me the most. I mean, I don't think it's bad, but I feel like it's just a little bit out of character, I guess. It almost seems like he saw something. He's like, "Oh shit!" Yeah.
Was that a squirrel?
Yeah, yeah. Like I just feel like
I hear them dangerous, man.
Yeah, I feel like the
Squirrel.
hunter. Yeah, I feel like the hunter shouldn't have that kind of reaction, but yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, and everything else you said, it's basically on point. So
Yeah, if you're doing that whole scanning, because I know Kevin Peter Hall that like would always do this kind of stance with the arms out and he's kind of scanning and look around. You want
yeah,
these legs wider and not bowing back in for sure. You want a wide, kind of a V stance almost, but not like splits V, but more of an just a wider stance, just in general. And you want to hunch him over a little bit and then have his head angled more upwards. So he's leaning forward and his head's still kind of, on this plane looking this way. So that means you got to point his head up. So he's looking this way. And then of course have the arms out, and that's going to maybe even a little tilt to the head too. So you have some of the dreads hang one way or the other, but really going to pull apart the pose more than anything.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I like everything else about it. Yeah,
it's not a bad pose, and again, if you cropped it, you could fix a lot of my. It's just something that these legs look weird. So, but yeah, we'll move on. We got a few more to do, and then
oh, is that Pablo? Yes,
Pablo, man, with the Warhammer figure.
Warhammer.
I still like the other one better though, with them loading the body in the trunk or whatever. That's more my favorite picture today.
Yeah, but I do like this like color tone that he has here. I think it matches the background pretty well.
No, this sand does not match that sand at all.
The sand doesn't match, yeah. But if you take out the sand and you look at just the figures, like they do match. They match pretty well. Yeah.
I agree, they match, but it's hard to take out the sand too because it's there and it's not matched.
Yeah, and it's also just the color of the sand as well. Like it's not just the lighting. Like sometimes like it has to be the right color.
Yeah, the tone of the sand's not matching up, which is one of the reasons why I don't use play sand, because it's always a very light sand color. I prefer to get something more natural, something with a bunch of different color texture to it. Other than that, though, I like the shot. I don't know if I'm completely happy with your focal range on these guys, though, because these guys are enshrouding this guy, who's the only guy that's actually in focus. It kind of gives you the impression that nobody's in focus, because your eyes, I feel, drift to these guys first.
Yeah.
And so then you're like looking for who's in focus. Where am I supposed to be looking? Because obviously it's not these guys.
Yeah,
so I feel like you're kind of losing that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think punching in. No, I think you're correct. So I feel like punching in would have been more beneficial for this shot, because then you take out the sand that kind of is off-putting, and then you punch in and you have the two guys that are out of focus kind of be off frame a little bit.
Yeah.
So your main
then your eye knows these are not your focal points.
Yeah. So then you focus more on the guy in the middle. So I think punching in a little bit might have helped for this one.
I think that would solve it too. Let me hit that like button though.
Yeah.
Good stuff though, Paulo, man. You're always doing so good, man. You're always doing so good. Scruffy looking photos.
Scruffy.
Hey, he's got that weird stance too, man. Is it something with NECA predators that can only hold on? Let me go grab a NECA predator. I gotta check.
No, I'm pretty sure they can do something else. I feel like it's just it's more of a dramatic pose, like he's in like a I'm ready to fight stance. So I don't think the legs are the problem for this pose. For Falco's pose, I feel like it's mostly just the arms. Like the arms makes him, the hands make him look like he's like, oh crap, So that's the only problem. But I don't think the legs are a big problem for this
All right, I'm
shot
stealing the camera real quick. You can
for
keep
sure.
talking about that, but see how that's the kind of stance you want, man. See how his these are continuing that outwards. They're not coming back in, which is would be like a bow leg on both sides. They're both continuing their direction. Given that outwards look, right? I mean, this he was just in a box pose like this. So unlike that, where his stance is just not very fluid. It's just very
Yeah, I feel like if you twist the thighs a little bit, I feel like that might help because I feel
and
like the
he
thighs
right
are
now
a
he's
little bit
standing up. I
too.
mean, he stands up on this. So
Yeah. But
uh
yeah, I don't think it's a huge issue for this pose. I think it's okay.
yeah. Uh it bothers
Oh,
me,
and
but
yeah, and
okay.
of course toys. Yeah, I love the Piccolo shot. So definitely do more shots like that. Really cool.
So J2 Films, how you doing? How you doing?
Sup.
Um, other than that, though, Scruffy man, I'm liking the lighting. It's working out for these guys. I like the bokeh out background.
There's a
Just the
bit of
legs.
a
Just wish the legs were a bit more.
See, what bothers me are the white, oh, not white, sorry, black halo glow around the arms. I'm not sure why that's there.
Where?
Is it composited? Like when you look
Right
at the
here?
arm, like you can see the black halo, right? Like
Right
kind of,
here?
yeah, like right there. And
I
someone
don't.
on the top of his head too.
Yeah, it's very possible that it's composite. Then I wasn't really noticing it because it almost goes in line with the shadows of the background.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Um,
But it's
so
standing out to
didn't
me.
grab my eye initially, but now that you mentioned it, I'm seeing nothing but that. Thank you for ruining this picture for me. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, it's very possible it's what you mask this character in or out of the background.
yeah,
In which case, when you do that, you have to make sure you get these lines as either as close to
it,
or
it
off
should be
of
a
the.
bit more crisp. Yeah,
It's hard to do though, especially if you're using a
yeah,
mouse and not a tablet or something. It's hard to
yeah,
do, but this is what you want to aim for with the how you want to do open stances in general. You want that. I'm going to the stance because it's really it's knocking me out, man. Just look, this is a NECA predator. This is a wolf, and he's got an open stance, and it works. Even if I turn him facing forward, it's working. It still works. It looks like he's got his stance open in a fighting position. So I think what's wrong with here though is you got your knees too far up, and then that gives him a weird stance there. So
yeah. Maybe.
bring the leg out a little bit more, and then use the feet, and look at the difference. He still has that open stance, but it looks more natural, like he's actually standing and not just a weird pose. So just things to note.
Yeah.
Things that bother me for 1,000, Alex. Other than that, though, I like it. And now that Harry mentioned the masking issue, I see nothing but that too. Um,
This though,
yeah, Mateo sent this in right after the show ended last week, and I was like, man, this is awesome. Look at
Matea
Killer Croc here, man.
Matea is on another level, guys. Like follow Matea. This guy's crazy. His shots are so good, man. Ah,
Well, I'll let you
nothing
get into
negative.
Mateo's Killer Croc shot here, man.
Nothing negative to say about this shot at all. Like this
Look
is
at the
all
BTS,
practical
man.
effects. This is all practical effects.
Is the water practical
I
too?
think
Yeah,
the
I think
water might be
so.
practical. Yeah,
Because you got like a ramp here, maybe for the water to
yeah,
go down. Dude,
yeah.
it's awesome.
It's just perfect.
Dude, Matea, you're on a whole new level, man. This is
This
awesome, dude.
is yeah.
Um, and I love the blackness, the fall off back here. Even though in his shot, you know, I mean, look at that. He's using cardboard to keep light out from there, and he's just he's feathering that light,
Lights,
or
yeah.
flagging that light, so it's hitting his back and bringing that rim light around his backside, but it's flagging anything else past that.
Yep.
And yeah, it's on the backside flagged out. So the cool thing is the way this is working is it's letting light in this back that's lighting up the water, but it's not lighting up the black behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's casting towards the water and showing light through on, onto the water to hit the water to bring it out of that background, but it's not even doing a whole lot of that. It's just
this is just
This is awesome, Mateo, dude. This is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this.
Yeah, man. Like this is a masterpiece.
This is awesome. I love, especially with your BTS here, man. This is great. Wow. I'm just gonna look at this for a minute because this is what he's using to deliver the water down there. He's got hose, and that's just beautiful.
Yep, this is just a mastered work.
Peely photos, man. We got some Master Chief love here. He's outdoors. Let me hit that like button on that. You got to say about this, man? I know we're about done though, so
I feel like I like the lighting. I like the bokeh, the depth of field. I just feel like he could be higher a little bit. Yeah, I feel like he's a little bit too low in terms of composition.
Yeah, I agree with you entirely. I think if you change your angle of the shot and come from low looking up, it's going to help sell the size of this background stuff too. Because right now, it looks like you're shooting him in some tall grass, and you don't, he's not working with the scale of the stuff around him. But if you come in low and shoot low, looking more upwards, that's going to help sell his height a little bit better and make this look more like foliage and stuff that's supposed to be behind him and not just grass and weeds. Because like there's a little bit of stuff here, this would be cut down to looking more like just kind of a green stuff in the background. You're not seeing, just shoot from low on this one.
When you look at the
do what
poster,
I say.
when you look at the poster for Halo 3, it's kind of got that same exact angle that I feel like you should be going for.
Yeah.
Instead,
Come and shoot low. Do the hero shot, man. Whenever you're shooting the hero, you're making him look larger in life, man. So just do the hero shot. Bring that camera down low by his feet and point it up, so you're getting most of his body in the frame, and but your angle is looking up at him like he's the hero. So that's gonna be awesome. Mega Constructs minifigure, is that what this guy is?
Or you sure.
Killer Croc? I don't know. Probably this guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, his lighting's not bad. I would probably put a bounce card on his front side just to get some light on that front, because it looks like all the light stops at the right here at the top of this gun and nothing carries over to the front side of him. So I would put a bounce card on this side, catch some of that light and bounce it a little bit back towards him. But and also shoot from lower angle, shooting upwards. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think you could sell that background and everything. Oh, Quan, hold on. What's up, buddy? Hey guys, unfortunately Tuesday nights are hang out with the wife night, so I can't stay on here. Did you guys see my Zorro picture? The mime, we still have Mime Joker. It's a hot toy. Okay. Zorro, I don't know if we've gotten to Zorro.
No, I don't think we got to Zorro.
No, it's the same. We posted twice. Well, we'll move ahead one. Let's see if we got. No, I don't see a Zorro. Do you see a Zorro?
I do not see a Zorro.
No.
Maybe it's new. I want to refresh.
We went over this last week, but damn.
Yep, we did. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll refresh real quick, but I didn't see a Zorro. Oh, we skipped some stuff because I don't remember going over that Ripley either.
Yeah, no Zorro.
Well, here's a Halo
Infinite poster here.
Infinite poster.
Yep. Andrew again.
Yeah, Andrew. We didn't hit this one, I don't think, but this is a great shot, and this is working better with that angle, but he's coming still straight at it. I think it would have serviced you better to come down a little bit lower and point more up.
Yeah.
Again, for the Halo, for the hero shot. not halo shot, but
Yeah.
not too much high. I mean, you don't have to go like looking straight up, but just a little lower and looking more up. You know, just
I
a
see
little
that.
bit of angle. Just give him that height of a hero.
Still a great shot though. That looks straight like a
Yeah.
poster, dude.
Yeah,
So
no, that looks good. Looks really nice. The lighting on him is great. There's nothing I can say about that. Harry, do you have anything else to add on this before we move on?
no, yeah, this looks straight up like a poster.
All right,
Yeah.
Andrew, man, rock on, rock on.
Yep. Always killing it.
Dude. Why am I just seeing?
Yeah, what's up? Where are these popping up from? Weird.
I don't know. One day ago, Ripley was yours again.
Find
Okay, we'll get to it. I'm sorry.
Faith disturbing director.
Yeah, inverted tripod may be what you need for a hero shot for sure. Or you can get one of those tiny little 3-leg ones that you just put out almost flat. Jared's got a few of those too. So, yeah. As far as this guy here, you need a bounce card or something. This is just you got some light here, but it's all being absorbed by the cloak. I don't know, but I mean, that is just complete pitch black. It's just kind of weird. It's like the silhouette would only work if you didn't have this light here, but you have this light here, so you need to somehow bring that light in here. I don't know what to tell you.
Rim light.
I don't know if it's a rim light because you got light here, so you should have some outlining lights or something here, but it's all just a black void.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So
I would just throw in some rim lights and just be like, you know what? It's just artistic. It's an artistic choice.
Yeah, you can try to do that too, but
Yeah.
and then what is this hump here on his back? Is he Quasimodo? I mean, I don't know.
I think it's just the cape hitting the floor, maybe. So it's kind of bunching up there, maybe.
I would have addressed that too, though.
Yeah.
So I would have gone back and tried to fix that or turn his body so you didn't have it. Whatever you need to do. You can twist the body, turn the head back so you have that profile, and still get that profile. We'll just turn the body so the cape sits right. You know, if that's what you need to do. But this here is weird. But we're gonna move on because, you know, dude, Nomad figures. Where did this come from? Killing me, man. Killing me.
Kill me, Smalls.
This is a pretty basic shot. I like the other one you posted better. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, but
oh, I like this. This is
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but between the two, I like the other one better.
Okay.
That's all. And I think it's really to do with this bio helmet, and it's not that the design itself is bad, but it looks very plasticky, and that's just because of the product. You know, I don't think there's much of a way around.
Yeah, not much you can do about that one.
Oh, that's when I broke it. Okay, when I did the Batman photo and scrolled down to the BTS and stuff, that's how I skipped some of these guys. Darth, nice hanging with everyone. Oh, have a good night, Darth.
Have a good night, sir. Thanks for
make sure you email me, buddy, so I can get you your packs out next week and stuff. Thank you for becoming a member, Darth. Much appreciated. All right, we're gonna move forward though, because we've been on for a while. Let's just try to. Here's Harry again, man, doing some turtle love. Oh my God, Adrian, you tagged me again. Stop! I'm trying to catch up, man. This show should be 2 hours, not 3.
Yeah, I feel like some of these might have to wait till next week. Sorry, guys.
Oh, then we don't get to them. That's the problem. Yeah. Harry, I like this one, but what's going on with the double blur thing?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening there.
What do we got going on here?
Is that Shredder or is that Thanos?
I don't know.
He's got Thanos' blade there.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I'm not going to really get into too much here, but yeah, this blur is weird. And then I would have angled his head a little differently here. His head, he's looking over here. I would try to get his eye line more to this guy here that he looks like he's kicking.
I think there's a predator over there. You can see the dreads.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think he's looking at that guy. I don't know.
Is this his arm for the predator?
I have no idea what's happening there.
I don't know. But his eye line still doesn't look right given what you can see. So, or that just the tilt of his head. So even if his eye line's here, you want to bring this jaw down more, like he's looking down the arm, and not just kind of. I mean, I know it's gonna be hard. These NECA figures don't pose well, but yeah, play around with that, and we're gonna move on because we're gonna kind of rush through. If there's a Zorro.
Oh, there's Zorro right there.
Yeah, there's wonderful toys. We got this cool Batman shot here. It's a black and white, but we got color just on the brick here. That's pretty crazy. I like that.
Yeah,
choice.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, I like that. The background obviously is a screen grab or something, though it's not quite matching the blacks and stuff.
I don't think it's
Bring me-
matching the perspective as well.
Yeah, the perspective's off, and then the blacks are not matching. So
Yeah.
one of the things, and you can look up on Google how to do this, but you want to. I think Pixum Perfect does a video on it. But in order to color grade and like composite things, you need to match up your blacks, grays, and whites.
Yeah.
So you'll need to. There's a video I know Pixum Perfect does one on matching these up, and follow that up to try to get these to match, because right now your blacks are definitely not working with the blacks of your background, which is what's keeping them separated like that. So, Harry, we're going to move on unless there's anything else you want to say about this.
No, that's about it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Rock on, rock on. J2 Films. If you want to submit a photo, you need to tag me on Instagram. So it's Moz_toy_box. I think I got this in the description below. Don't quote me. I'm pretty sure I do, though, but don't quote me. And then you also want to hashtag Toy Moz, which is one word, obviously. The first one, the tag is so it shows up in my feed under tagged. So that means you need to tag the actual picture. So like when you go to post the picture, you go to the tagged button there. Where we go to post that, you just tag. And you want to tag me from there. You don't want to put it in the comments or something like at Moz Toybox. No, you need to tag me. Otherwise, it won't show up here in the tag list. And then hashtag so that I know when I'm looking at it that this is participating in this, not just tagging me because you like me. Some people do that. So like this guy. This is 98 Transformers. He keeps doing that. Notice he doesn't have a hashtag for Toy Moz. So we won't go over the shot. We'll just appreciate it. Cool.
Yep.
I signed up for that. Quanar with a Zord. Wow. This is nice. I mean, the background is obviously like a kitchen appliance or something, but you know what? It works. It looks like Antonio Banderas has been shrunk down and put in your kitchen in front of your toaster or whatever in a Zorro costume. So you're winning there. It looks like him. And the photo is pretty good on point. One thing though, given his complexion, got to be very careful with the warmer tones because it'll make him look a little too orange. You didn't quite fall in there yet on this one, but you came close on his camera left side. So, Harry, you got anything you want to add on Zorro?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just glad that he's starting to use colors more in his shots, but I really hope that he figures out a way to utilize different backgrounds. Like I honestly don't
He's
know.
not in front of the wall this
Yeah,
time.
I
He's
honestly
using
don't know
something.
why you just don't want to try out like a monitor or a TV or something. Like
Those
honestly,
are
just give that a
difficult to
shot.
do, man. They're
Is it
difficult.
really?
Man, give him a
Like, just
break,
put
man.
it,
He's trying. He's not
put
in
it in
front of the
front.
wall anymore.
Sorry. But yeah, I guess just try and throw in some foreground elements as well. Like that shot you did with Punisher, like that's a perfect example of what you should be doing. I feel like you need to just do more stuff like that.
Double
You
down
know?
on there is what
Yeah.
Gary's saying. But
Yes.
aren't we happy for Antonio Banderas right here? He just cut off Catherine Zeta-Jones' clothes. I mean, that's just the look. He's like, look, I just zip zap zooped and your stuff fell off. So yeah, he's happy about it. So let's be happy for him. We did that one. This was old. All right, so I think we're Harry here with the City Hunter. Some pallets here. I'm not sure. It's 2 days ago, so this is still relevant. What we got, Harry?
Do you want to go first on this one?
Well, I feel like the background, for some reason, is not tied into the foreground. Is it a screen grab background? If so, that's a lot of pallets there in one screen grab.
To me, I feel like the other shot with the turtles and then with Shredder or something that we can't see. I think that's also Harry's, correct? Is that?
Yeah, that was Harry's.
Yeah. I feel like the problem with a lot of his shots is that I feel like there's too much happening in the background. Like there's way too much details, and I feel like it kind of takes away from the figures. It kind of blends in with the background too much. Like too many things are happening. I feel like that's the main thing that
What
I'm
would have
noticing.
solved this is your crop, your letterbox crop. Just go crop it, because it would end up cropping it almost in half if you kept the
Yeah.
top there. It would have cropped
Like
a
it's
little
just
bit off this dude's head, whoever this is, and it would have cropped in half. But your focal would have been the predator, and we would have known it was a predator because I see what you're saying. Is like the background is probably that could be it. Is a little
Too many
busy.
lines. Yeah,
The
it's a little too
palette's almost like
busy. Too
seem
many
like a
lines.
character that we need to
Yeah.
be paying attention to.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
if you do that crop and you do that letterboxing crop here, that's going to make it the predator shot. Now it's going to be city hunter's shot and not anybody else's. So something to consider. Always don't be afraid to crop it in. Make it tight. It won't hurt anything. And then this was shared
That's
on
yours.
Toy Pick community. This is one of my old ones. This is a case in point though where I couldn't crop it. If I cropped it, I would have lost my fence entirely, which I wanted as a foreground element. So
yeah.
But that was just because I was tagged for that. JK, Rippic Tan 3 days ago, so this one's still relevant. Look at this, man. He's using this background again.
He's using his same setup. Yeah.
What is he doing for the stars? Ooh, what is this? I want to see what you're doing for the stars.
He's going to show it.
Stop moving. Stop moving. Show me the stars. What did you do? Like a blue gel and put some pinholes in it? That's what it looks like you did.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Blue gel with some pinholes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Very cool. All practical.
Yeah, that's very practical. Very nice. The only problem with this, and it's great. I love it, Rippic. But the only problem you're having with this method of doing stars is there's no depth. So,
yeah,
when you're thinking of stars, what I think you probably could have done is like 2 layers of gels with different holes in them, so they are misaligned, and it would have added some depth to it, maybe, and made some of those stars not as bright as others.
Yeah.
Or maybe just maybe not just holes in both gels, but like one gel is not, it's got some like a big hole cut out, and to let some of this further back ones shine through, and let some of the other ones be dimmer, and just kind of add some depth that way. I don't know. I haven't tried to do this practically, but it's a great shot. I mean, there's nothing wrong with these stars, but I think that would help improve it is if you can somehow bring these into a 3-dimensional star field instead of this 2-dimensional stars. I like your solution for doing it though. The pinholes and getting light to go through it to make them, because stars cast light, so that's working there. But stars also, it's a huge space up there that's not just a flat wall of stars. So it'd be interesting to try to play with that.
And I don't know if I'm correct here, but I feel like that whole background shouldn't be all stars. I feel like you should still be able to see, more of the like a mountains or something in the back. I could be wrong, but I feel like the whole thing shouldn't be stars.
I think I know where you're going with that. I think behind him, maybe you should have added another prop, like a horizon line.
Yeah, or something horizon line, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So it doesn't go straight down to the ground here. So maybe just add something to add, bringing this up a little bit. It would have given that curvature look to it, maybe.
Yep.
So I know exactly what you're saying there. But otherwise, yeah.
Yep.
Foreground element wise, I like the look of it. You guys see he's got some white cutting into this blue to give it some actual moonlight, which is nice. So I'm liking that, Rippic. Let me scroll over here. We looked at that. All right. Okay, a hairline shot. I don't know what we're going for there, but all right.
No, he's showing off the practical effects.
Yeah. See, there it's working because you got dimmer and brighter stars there, right?
Yeah.
The only thing is that these holes are all the same size.
Yeah.
So if that's why I was saying if you could somehow layer the gels and do 2 different layers, you would have holes that are different sizes and different, opacity, like brightnesses and stuff. So
that's the only thing, though. Yeah.
No, it's a great shot. Somebody's TikTok. What is this? Oh, Harry. All right, some BTS for Harry. He's got
moon.
He's monitor. Monitor. Oh, this is the.
We went over this. Yep.
We didn't go with. We didn't have the TikTok though. I don't think.
No, but we went through the shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we talked about how again that green should be casted on.
Good job, Harry. Good job. Popeye, we didn't go over Popeye, but Pablo. Let me hit that like button. I don't really have a lot of anything to really say about this, man. I mean, negative wise, I don't think there's anything I can add. I think this is a really solid picture of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Harry, you got anything?
No, not really. I feel like maybe it's just me, but I feel like it just might be a tad bit too blown out, like
Yeah.
too washed out, tad
Bring
bit.
some contrast back into it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Everything else is great. Yeah, for this shot particularly, I feel like having a white frame style works for it. Like you want to see everything in this shot, including
Yeah.
the bike and everything. So I think it
Yeah.
works.
It's very pretty. It's nice.
Yeah.
I agree with you though. Maybe a little blown out, particularly on Popeye.
Yeah.
Um, I like this shot too, but
Mhm.
yeah, same deal, exact same thing though, Pablo. As far as the, maybe select subjects and just get Popeye and Pluto a little bit more contrast to bring them a
Mhm.
little bit some deeper blacks into them. The rest of the shot, I can see why you're blowing it out to give that the brightness of the in this case the dust or in the other one like
Mhm.
the sunlight to give it that more washed out. It's a bright day kind of look.
Yeah.
I'll get you on that. Dave's shot here. He's not really participating. He tagged me, so we'll just since we're out of time or running out, we're over time. I want to move on to
Missed a few up top there, I think.
yeah, there we go.
The Ripley and Wonder Woman shot.
AL.Z, man, we were talking about
You can just tell. Yeah.
same thing earlier here, man. We just got that plastic cast off, so we got to watch these hard highlights. It's casting that plasticky highlight, so
Mhm.
you diffuse this light more, bounce it or something to get that just a softer light because these are some harder highlights that you don't want to get. Ripley, we're just kind of
This is just awesome. I love the shot. Straight up out of the poster. Amazing.
yeah. I think he's talking about the Pluto one here, but Pluto and Poe. Yeah, this is the NECA Ripley, and I have her, and I haven't done anything with her.
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of sad now because this was a shot I had planned to do, but I just never got around to shooting it.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this is a great shot here, man.
So cinematic.
Great use of light. Great use of some special effects here, Ian. There's really very little I could say about this that you would need to address. I mean,
No, perfect shot.
I can't think of anything that really needs to be done here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe add a little bit of blue to this outside light, just because I mean you got this blue tinge here, but no blue tinge out here. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a
It's
little
just
bit
the
of
glass
color
that's
could,
casting that
yeah.
blue. Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Maybe
not
just a
saying
little
make
bit
it.
of color, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying making it overly saturated blue, but just have your white the hotter light and just put some blue in it so it just cools it off. Maybe do that, but again, it's not necessary. I mean,
Yeah, still amazing. Love the shot.
yeah, just some thoughts, alternative takes. But I think that's gonna be it, guys. I think we're done with these. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Mhm. Do you want to maybe end it with two of my recent shots?
Oh
It's
yes,
up
yes.
to
We
you.
can do
Yeah.
some of your shots, man.
Yeah,
Of course, we can
just
do your shots.
critique them a little bit.
All right, what do we got here? This one here.
Yeah, it's
This is
Avenger
horrible.
shot.
This is horrible. Dude, I
It's
didn't even
only
see the Instagram. I didn't even like it yet, so
oh,
I
you didn't
hadn't
see
seen it
it?
yet.
Oh,
No.
it's only two of us right now, by the way. That one.
What?
Yep.
Only two of us. What are you talking about?
Yep. Just the two of us.
Okay. So what do you got going on here? What you got?
Still the two of us, by the way.
Oh, that's what you want. God, you gotta be more
Yeah, yeah,
specific.
yeah. Ah, here. This is my most recent shot. Yeah. Nice.
Sorry. It just took me
No,
forever
you're
to figure
fine.
it out.
Yeah. But no, we got it. We got it. We're here. This is my most recent shots. I just wanted to do another Avengers Endgame type of scenarios with the Mark 46 cap and War Machine there. Yeah, nothing crazy. It's just I just feel like the lighting could be improved. Yeah, I'm
I don't
always
know. I think your lighting's fine. What's really bothering me is the hard line here.
okay. I can kind of
Doesn't
see
look like
that.
it's coming from his chest. It looks like an effect you've put onto his chest. It's
Yeah,
not blending with. I know you tried to get it with the flare to make it look like it's part
yeah.
of it, but I
I
think
just
you
wanted to make it
overextend
blown
it
out. Yeah.
too far on
Okay.
this side.
Okay, I can see that.
And this line seems a bit hard too.
Hmm. Yeah, I just used the Saber plugin in After Effects this time around. And yeah, I can see that they don't really have a great effect to do, blaster beam.
No,
So
not
yeah,
at
I gave it a shot. Yeah.
The way I do a blaster beam now is I would take this and I wouldn't do it this long though, because I mean I would have your beam, your actual beam, I would probably make it about this long from
Mm,
the camera angle, and I would have it tapering out, so it would be like a motion blur taper. So this is just thin out and almost disappear by this point, and just have like I guess this is a bluer beam. I would
yeah.
have more blue here and just have the whiteness like further along because it's shot out. It's gone. It's not like
Yeah.
this chest beam is not a constant beam when he shoots it. It's like it's almost like well, I wouldn't say a pulse, but it's like
Yeah.
one and done. It's not like his cutter that he uses, where it's like a bzzz. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's like boom. So, the
Yeah.
beam,
I can
given
say
that it
that.
moves, I would have your main white source here and tapered down, and this
Okay.
make it more bluish here, fall off kind of thing. But I haven't tried to do a shot like this. Like the closest I've come to doing that is those Guyvers, and I
Oh
cheated.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
did the
yeah, yeah.
charge ups. I was like, we're
Yep,
just
that's
charging up
just
because I don't know how to
just
address.
optical flare. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we don't know how to address the actual beam, so we're just gonna charge it up, and
Yeah,
I
right
want
there.
to go the single charge up there.
Yeah.
We're just gonna charge it up and go from there. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think your lighting on these guys though is fine. I think maybe some more white here around his beam though too, because this is going.
Yeah.
If you're keeping this beam the way it is,
Yeah.
you're gonna do the fall off thing, like I was saying, then maybe this would be about right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. True.
so
Yeah, and then just another shot the other day. That one right there. Yeah, that's just a more of a close-up shot. Like we're getting ready to take down Thanos. Yeah.
is this chest lit up practically here, or is this?
No, that's edited in. Yeah.
That's nice. That's a really good edit there. It looks
Oh,
like
thank you.
looks
Thank
like
you.
it's lit up, like really lit up.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I have like an actual arc reactor effect that you can
Mhm.
just put that on screen and it'll look like an actual arc reactor, and you can
Nice.
see a little bit of it in there. Yeah, so it's not just like a flat white. It's got some details in there. But yeah, just a simple close-up shot.
Yeah, I like this. I like this. I'd like to bring Cap out a little bit more though.
That's
I
what I
wouldn't want
thought
him
too.
fully focused, but maybe just a little bit more focused and maybe a little
Yeah.
bit on him. Just
Yeah,
to
I think I
bring
went with the lower or higher, more shallow type of field for the shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And of
Maybe
course,
should
in
have brought
turn,
that
bring
up more.
Spider-Man out with more light,
Yeah.
just a little bit,
Yep. I
Because
have
you
to
get the
go
light
back
source
already.
here, you could have this light source hitting him.
That should have been, yeah, that should have given him some rim light on
Yeah.
that. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, he's pulled out of the background. He's not merged with the crap in the background, but yeah,
Yeah.
you should have like an outline or something, some cast off here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'm
Other than
glad
that,
that you can
though,
tell that it's Spider-Man though. Yeah, so that's good.
we're doing good there.
Yeah.
I do like Iron Man though. Iron Man looks on point.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, this is one of the shots that I'm more happier with, just in terms of lighting and how cinematic it looks.
mhm.
Yeah, and you can see there too. Like I cut off a little bit of his head, so don't be afraid to cut off some.
And there's this letterbox effect, guys, that he's been
Yep.
using.
Yep.
Speaking of Iron Man, I ordered that Mark III though.
Yeah, I saw in there.
Did you order the Mark III?
I didn't get the Mark III, but I'm really, really trying my best to find a way to get my hands on that Mark 46 reissue because I just want a new one. Yeah,
And
I,
what
I
one is here is a Mark 46.
that is the Mark 46. Yeah, so I already have one, but I want another one. Yeah, because like this guy's is showing like little signs of age, just like a little bit, like his joints are getting a little weak.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, I don't like that. So I do want just a new one, just to have like there, so I can play around with this guy, and have the other guy just stored away and safe.
Sure. I mean, I ordered the Mark III instead, but all right. Pablo, to answer your question, you can just hit me up on Instagram. That's fine. Or if you got me on Facebook, you can hit me up on Facebook. Either way, I prefer the Facebook Messenger, but if we don't have each other on Facebook, you hit me up on Instagram. Facebook's Messenger is much better at letting me know I have messages. Instagram's like,
Yeah.
we'll ping you once. If you're not paying attention, you may not know about it ever.
Yeah, Facebook will scream at you literally. It'll be like,
Facebook will at least get a little one, like you got a message. And
yeah.
even if you don't know where exactly it is, it will stay there until you find the message. You're like, okay, who messaged me?
Yeah.
But yeah, this
But
is
yeah,
some great stuff though, Harry, man. I
thank you,
always
thank
love
you,
this
thank you.
stuff, man. But yeah, guys, you guys got until next week to get your memberships done, and we're gonna go over that one more time with the memberships. So right now, the memberships are including the Saber pack that I used here and did this Saber here. So you get the Saber pack. You also get a wallpaper from each of us this week or this month. So you don't have to vote on one. You're gonna get one from Harry, one from me. They are mystery wallpapers, but they are pretty cool too. So you'll get a widescreen format version of the wallpaper, and then it'll also be cropped down to a phone size if you want to do it on the phone. So make sure you guys become a member if you haven't already. It's $2.99 a month, and you get the Saber pack, which I love. I mean, I used the Saber pack. I could go do it. I can make the Saber myself, but I used his Saber pack, and it was great. So I love that. Great stuff there. And before we go, one last thing. Let's show you guys what I got coming tomorrow. Since
Little sneak peek.
little sneak peek. So I brought out the Ben Kenobi again. The new.
Yeah, these figures honestly look great when you can't see their faces. Yeah.
But he's doing the little
That's what
Yoda
I was saying.
lightsaber thing, and he's facing down my AVP Elder. He's like, watch this, man. You might got the big pole, but watch this. See this lightsaber? It's just moving.
Yeah.
So yeah, just playing around with that. That's what I got coming out tomorrow for Predness Day.
Predness Day.
So and also, guys, don't forget we got Vero. So make sure if you are sick of the Instagram algorithm catering just to reels, Vero is another app you can do. That's what Instagram used to be. So that's pretty cool. So check that out. Harry, you got anything? Where am I at? Jesus, I lost all my windows.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. Hold on here. What? All right, Big Dog Pound. Have a good night, man. Take it easy. Harry, you got anything going on this week?
No, nothing much. Just probably similar stuff. I'm still waiting on my printer to come in. That's the main thing right now. I just want to get the thing in, and I want to make some dioramas. It's such a pain that we're missing so many 1/6 scale diorama in the community. Like there's a lot for 1/12, there's a lot for other scales, but 1/6 you can barely find any. So you know what? I'm just gonna Thanos it and do it myself. And that's gonna be the main thing.
Well, it's tough, man. Printing it out, that's a lot of resin, just so you know.
Yep, I'm gonna try and find a way to print one out and then find a way to mass produce them. I don't want to keep printing them over and over.
Yeah.
And also, resin probably isn't the best material to work with because it's so stiff and hard. So I might, find a way to reproduce, mass produce them and make them in like a more softer, more I guess toyish material. So I'll play around with that quite a bit.
All right, fair enough. As for me, I'm not sure what I got going on. Hold on. Let's see. 616 photo says, does letterbox ruin the quality? No, it will crop it though.
Yeah.
It will crop in on your particular real estate, but it won't ruin the quality. I use it all the time.
Affect the quality in any way. Yeah.
Yeah. Harry uses it in all his shots. So
yeah, every single shot.
Yeah. So all it is going to do is just box it in and just make it look more cinematic in the end. So
yeah.
But as for that, guys, I don't think there's much more going on. I'm not sure if I'm on Brother Cousins this week or not. He hasn't told me one or the other. I would like to think I am, maybe to show these guys off in another official capacity, but because I don't know a lot of people that bought this. I really don't.
That's
not a lot of fools, I guess. They got burned too bad by General Grievous, and then they saw this.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing it. So, but yeah, guys. With that being said, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe.
Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button.
We'll see
you notification.
Yeah, notifications, of course. We'll see you next week. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Peace out.
And have a good night. Later.